What's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm Mr. Gloom and Doom, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for being here. Happy, was it Wednesday? I don't even know. I'm so gloomy and so doomy. I don't even know what day it is, really, whatever day it is. The only day I'm missing, though, is Sunday game days with our New York Football Giants. Appreciate everybody for tuning into today's video. The comment section before we got started today was absolutely hilarious. The comment section on the video that we put out this morning was absolutely hilarious. I appreciate y'all, man. I just hope you guys know I read every single comment. I probably shouldn't. It's not good for my mental health. But I read every single comment that goes on this channel, and I've learned to just sometimes kick my feet up and laugh because when you put yourself out there like we do on this channel and you're giving your opinions and you're doing all that, people are going to love you. People are going to hate you. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm too happy, Picho. I'm too happy, man. I'm either not positive, anti-positive, doom, gloom, jelly, peanut butter. I mean, all I ask, if Andrew Connell, which I think at times the critique is fair, just get the saying right. If you're going to critique me about what I'm doing, and then you say I'm going to be gloom and doom when it's, I don't even know what he said, just come correct.
Yeah.
Just come correct.
Yeah, that's it. I think the only way to make everyone happy would just be to get on camera and say nothing for 8 to 10 or 12 minutes, and that way no one could argue with anything, but they would still find a way to say, hey, that's not good enough. So
I have heard people, I've seen people comment on this channel, you talk too much. Welcome to a talk show, buddy. Welcome to a talk show, man.
We'll just start showing pictures and then just nothing. It's just pictures for 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, 3 hours if you guys want it on this live stream.
As Larry from his basement in the chat, no, I'm not faking it, man. Look, I don't know what you guys are. What I love about you is you hold me to a high standard and a high expectation, and it makes me want to do as great of a job as I can, even if it comes from the basement of Mr. Larry, who he signs all of his comments like that, which I think is pretty funny. Good to see everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. 300 people watching. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon for us. Just wanted to kind of get live today and chop it up with all of you. We only really have 2 shows really planned and scheduled for inside this live show. We're going to go over kind of an updated look at the Giants depth chart after all the moves that they made in week 1 of free agency. And then we're just going to get to a mailbag on today's show. As always, everybody that super chats, thank you. We will pop those up on the channel as soon as they come in. And we'll have that two-way conversation as my guy Chill Mode T in the building. What's up, Brody? Good to see you as always, man. Yeah, love you from Larry Z. Willman. I always want to say William. As you guys know, I'm dyslexic. Larry Z. Willman, Basement News Report. What I respect about Larry is he's critical, but he understands where I'm coming from. He understands where I'm coming from.
That's all you want, just two-way dialogue, people that, like, everyone should be able to see the other person's perspective, and when you say, no, I'm 100% totally right, that's when it's like, you can't reason.
That sounds like clickbait, man.
Yeah,
that sounds like
clickbait.
Marshall, do you even know what breaking news is? That's what they tell me now. I guess when news breaks, like the Giants signing a player or a player the Giants were trying to sign someone else, I guess that's not breaking news. And Larry, I thought, had a pretty funny comment. Marshall will probably respond to this with, no matter how big, no matter how small, when there's news, we're going to get you a video. He's just doing his job. I mean, look, that's what I do. And the Giants do anything, I'm going to tell you about it. You don't go to McDonald's and order a burger and complain that you got a burger. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you do. Maybe the burger wasn't good enough for you. Maybe it was too gloomy and too doomy. I don't know. Appreciate everybody for being here, though. Over 300 people in the building. If you haven't yet, smack that thumbs up icon. If you want to get your comment up on screen today, just include the hashtag Giants in the comment section. That way, producer Andrew Connell can pop those up on the screen. We're like 36 days away now from the NFL draft. There's still some free agents out there that I would like to see the New York Giants target. I'm fired up, man. And we could start live shows like this. It's always a good day.
We got a 3-point goal. Marty Malela. Bang!
Shout out to Marty Malela. Give me some double M's in the chat. Marty, Darnell, Mooney, and Isaiah Likely are A's in my mind. The rest are B's, so I give free agency a B. Yeah, I was asked on the main chat sports channel here, I think my guy Joey Peterson was doing free agency grades for every single team, and he was walking around the office yesterday, and he asked me, what do you give the Giants free agency so far? And I had to stop and think about it a little bit. I went with a B. I was flirting with a B+, but I settled on a B. I like the moves they've made. They've added depth. I've liked the way that they've structured contracts in the sense of them being more performance-based. And they're signing some players that at one point were pretty good. Like Darnell Mooney has a 1,000-yard receiving season before. He has a 900-yard receiving season before. Greg Newsome looked like a long-term starter for the Cleveland Browns his first couple years there after being selected in round 1. So, yeah, I like that. I think Calvin Austin was a nice addition by the New York Giants. I like the addition of Tremaine Edmonds. I think that maybe that might have been a slight overpay, but maybe the only one that they had. I like going out and getting a punter and getting another kicker for more competition. Still some positions of need that need starters. Hopefully that's not too doomy and too gloomy for some people to say that. But I think the Giants are on the right track. And like Chase Daniels said, and we talked about on the video this morning, like the competence level from the New York Giants seems to be at a level that we just haven't really seen from this organization in the recent past. So I'm fired up. I'm excited for the draft. Good stuff so far. I think the Giants have had a pretty good offseason so far. And if you were to talk about offseason, what team has gotten better the most since week 18 ended? With the Giants adding John Harbaugh and the moves they've made, if we're grading the offseason in totality, I'm close to an A for the New York Giants because I think they got the best coach in the cycle, and I like what they're doing as well in free agency by adding some players on the cheap with kind of prove-it deals. It's and we'll compensate you for you proving it while still needing to go make some more moves as well. So, Marty, yeah, I don't think giving free agency a B is wrong. That's probably where I am at right now. I could get to a B+, but I think a B is fair. I'll ask all of y'all to grade the Giants' free agency so far. We asked it in the pinned poll on the chat. If you haven't voted in the poll, do so. 302 people have casted their votes, and 34% give it an A, 62% give it a B, 1% gives it a D and an F. It was probably me on my burner account. And then a C is 4% of the votes. Z. Willman says it can't get any worse. Trust me, it can always get worse, brother. It can always get worse. We know that as Giants fans. But nah, thanks for everybody being here. We appreciate you. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. 340 people in the building. Let's go, Giants. I wouldn't say that, Mar. How'd those contracts look that he signed last offseason with Darius Slayton and Paulson Adebo and Javon Holland? Those don't look very good. I think there's new people making the decisions on the contracts and doing the negotiating with the New York Giants. He definitely didn't do good with that Daniel Jones contract either. Sorry to be doomy and gloomy. Mark, what up, my man? $5 super chat, what up? Thank you for the love. Marsh, I am just happy that the leaks are done. I'm loving this smoke screen about Jeremiah Love. Going to get us a trade down. I had full trust in Harbs. Are we sure there's no leaks going on? I don't necessarily think that that's totally true. Jordan Renan said the night before that the Giants were very serious in the Isaiah Likely talks, and then they signed him early on in free agency. Ian O'Connor reported they aren't going to get Kenneth Walker or they're not going to get Tyler Linderbaum, and they did not. I was told that the Giants were in talks with the Chicago Bears about a trade for Tremaine Edmonds. They then cut him, and then they went and got him. So, yes, in the sense that, like, it used to be a point where everybody knew what the Giants wanted to do all the time, but there still are people in the know with information, which isn't really a John Harbaugh issue. And what I would say to the Jeremiah Love smoke screen, I don't know if it is totally smoke, but from what I have heard from people that are in the know, he is a legit draft candidate for the New York Giants. And Adam Schefter today on his podcast said he does not think the Tennessee Titans are going to select Jeremiah Love, and that the Love sweepstakes starts at 5 with the New York Giants. So we won't officially know if it's a smokescreen or not until the draft gets here, but I'm not going to be shocked if the Giants do draft Jeremiah Love at number 5. I'm not going to be shocked at that at all at this point.
I think the argument against the smokescreen is that, like, the Giants also have potential interest in free agency and some running backs as well. So it kind of just shows they were overall interested in the position and upgrading it, despite the fact they already had guys like Scat and Tracy and even Singletary, who they brought back. But I think, like, seeing multiple people or interest in multiple avenues upgrading the position shows that it's probably not a smokescreen for the Giants. But like you said, we won't know until that happens. So
Liam says you're raving over a receiver that has one season with 1,000 yards. Also has a season with 900 yards, and that would be more yards than any other receiver on the Giants has had. So that's my point. You can't make everybody happy. I'm too positive about Darnell Mooney. It's a problem. I'm too doomy and gloomy that they don't sign a defensive tackle or a guard. I'm the problem. I don't know what you want from me. That's why I just speak what I believe. And I think the Darnell Mooney signing was a good one. It cost you $3.5 million guaranteed. So I'm cool with it. We'll get to some more Super Chats coming up. What up, Shane Tompkins? What up, man? Ish in the chat says, do you think drafting Love means trading Tracy? No, I don't think that at all. Tyron Tracy is on this team for 2 more years guaranteed. He has 2 more years on his contract. He'll be 27 years old in November. I'm not so sure that they will re-sign him to another deal, but I don't think that they're going to trade Tyron Tracy, and I think he's a damn good third back. I don't know. Ziegenman, what up, Beast Mode? The $20 super chat. Shout out to you. Says Mr. Gloom and Doom Green. What up, my man? Yeah, look, I understand some people. What I've learned is people hear what they want to hear when I speak. And that's in life. And people want to listen to respond instead of listening to understand. And I can definitely understand why people would think that I am negative, but there would also be people that say Marshall is way too positive about the New York Giants as well. And Marshall lives in La La Land with this team. I'm just going to speak what I think, and that's why that you can only be you, and that's all I am. I'm being me, and I'm the best at being me. That's all I can do. Ziegenman, though, shout out to you. Really, really appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. Be like Ziegenman and hit that thumbs up icon. We got over 400 people in this piece. Let's go. If you have liked the video, type me. We'll give some shout outs on today's show. Dealing with some stuff behind the scenes. We'll continue to roll through some super chats. So if you want to get your question up on screen, we'll do that. Marty, what up? Simi, Tiger Metal Stack, Aaron, Luis, Tank Budweiser. What up, Tank Budweiser? Alan Nedzwicki in the building. What up, Nedzwicki? When'd you slide up in here? Festive Slurpee. What a name. Roger Little. Larry, what up, bro? Shout out to my guy, Larry. Keeps me honest. What up, Randy? What up, Christopher? Shout out to all of y'all. Mandalorian back in the chat. What's up, Mandalorian? Thanks for always supporting the channel, man. Really, really do appreciate it. Thoughts on the Giants trading back and taking the best corner? Man, I think a corner is absolutely in play with the New York Giants and them picking one in round one. And I think I said it on a video recently. I think as every day goes by, my gut feeling of the Giants trading down in round one and or round two grows. The Ravens were a team that, on average, in the John Harbaugh era, made more draft picks than just about any other team in the National Football League. And John Harbaugh and the Ravens traded down in every single, traded down or traded up, or traded a player for a pick or a pick for a player. They made a draft day trade in every draft except for one in the 18 years that John Harbaugh was there. And with the Giants still needing a defensive tackle who can start, and the Giants still needing an offensive guard who can start, and still being a little bit thin there at the cornerback room. And trust me, guys, I know the offseason's not over. Free agency's not done, and the draft is still to come. I promise you, I do understand that. It's going to be hard to find starting players with only 2 picks inside the top 100. It's possible. The Giants found Cam Scadaboo in round 4. Giants found Tyrone Tracy in round 5. Giants found Daniel Bellinger and all that. And again, I trust me, I know. I think that the Giants are – I would be almost willing to bet that the Giants trade down from either a pick 5 or pick 37 at this point. I think it's going to happen. We'll see, though. We'll see. When it comes to taking the best corner, if you trade down in round 1, are we sure they're not just going to take Mansour Delane at number 5? That's kind of why I did that mock draft the way I did, was because I may have heard something that the Giants were looking to take a corner in round 1, and they were looking to maybe trade down to take a corner in round 1. And we know that they met with Mansour Delane at the NFL Combine, and we know that they met with Jermod McCoy at the NFL Combine. And with the Giants striking out on Cordell Flott and then not being able to pivot to Jamel Dean, there is still a feeling inside that building that they want to add another corner. And I'm not going to be shocked. I'm not going to be thrown off if Mansour Delane is the pick at 5, or if they try to trade down and stay in range for Mansour Delane. Mansour Delane, excuse me.
Yeah, it's hard to know. Like right now we're going off of kind of what everyone in the media and their draft boards say. Every NFL team has their draft board stacked differently. Obviously, like you said, corner is a big need for the Giants. And I saw a lot of people saying, the value's not right there. Like,
so why can he go 8, but he can't go 5?
Exactly. If he's a starting level player and a starting level corner, I don't think you can place enough value on how important that is, especially when you look at the Giants and the fact that they are kind of desperate at the corner. Maybe not desperate, but they could really use a starting level corner. Those don't grow on trees. They don't change teams. If a team has one, they usually don't let them go. And it's really the easiest way for the Giants. I know you made this argument at wide receiver. It's really the easiest way for them to acquire a corner that could potentially start is by drafting one and drafting it early. So
I think as viewers, fans, media, like whatever people want to classify themselves as, we overstate this guy's a top 5 pick, but he's top 10 pick, but we cannot take him at number 5. Like that has never made sense to me at all. Like if a player that you took at 10 is like, I just never, it's like for the quarterback argument, it's like, well, if you take a quarterback at 3 compared to at 30, it may be a better pick. No, like if the player's good, the player's good. It doesn't matter where you took them. Like the idea that Mansour Delane is a top 7 player, but you can't take him at 5, like that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
I think the only argument, or the argument I see in that is that I guess like it's about the perceived value and how far you can maybe drop and still get that player you wanted at 5. While potentially picking up extra picks. I think it's less about picking the player at the spot, and it's, you could get that same player at 10, and still get extra picks somehow.
But how do you know?
Yeah, exactly. You don't know. So that's the game you play, the wheeling and dealing game, and I don't think it's about necessarily where the player gets picked at that spot, because think about it, no one remembers like the next year. Do you think anyone would like think about it from Jaxson Dart's perspective? If the Giants took Jaxson Dart at 3, everyone would have said, "Oh my God, what a reach! That's crazy! How could you take him there? You could have gotten him at 25." But if now no one cares where Jaxson Dart was picked, he's the Giants quarterback of the future, and like I'll say, the Giants executed that well. They were able to get the perceived value of where they're able to get him at 25, but. It doesn't really matter where you pick a guy. If he's a good football player, he becomes a good football player.
That's why I asked Daniel Jeremiah at the NFL Combine. I was like, look, everyone has these tackles not going in the top 5, but there's multiple teams in the top 5 that need tackles. How do teams balance that? And he's like, look, we used to say it all the time when he worked in a front office. If you want a corner, you just got to take him because you might not get him later. Even though you may be picking at 5 and you have that corner 8 on your board, you're not going to get him when you get back on the clock later. So how about, like crazy thought, we just take good football players and give a rat's ass what people have as their projected slot value?
Yeah, it's like the draft grades that come out the day after the draft happens. It's not about how those players are actually going to turn out in the NFL. It's about which teams got the best perceived value with guys. A guy was ranked highly and he dropped, and oh wow, that's a great pick. Or if you reached for a guy that maybe people thought wasn't going to go until a certain point, then that's a bad pick. It's like draft grades the day after.
Even if Evan Neal was the last pick in the draft, it still would have been a bad pick.
Yeah, although that would have been the world's best value because he was projected top 5, top 10 pick.
And he was not a good football player.
Yeah,
so
that's all that anyone remembers.
Get out of the spreadsheet and let's just pick good football players. And Mansour Delane is arguably the best corner in this class. He's only good enough to go top 7, though, not top 5. Yeah. Like, do we see how crazy that sounds?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What up, Remy? How dare you talk on a talk show? So inconsiderate. I know. It's insane. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. It's like you go to the fishing store and you pick up a fishing pole. It's like, why the hell do you guys sell these? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Thank you, brother. Grimmy B, what up, my man? I love the direction of the team. We said it feels different last year, but this year is even more exciting. Hype for the draft. No gloom and doom here. Exactly. Yeah, Baker and Banks went in the first round for us. Deontay Banks was the last pick in the draft, and if Baker was the last pick in the draft, they'd still be bad picks because they're not good. Like, the word value is the most overvalued word in the NFL draft. You know what value is? Production. Did Banks produce? No. Did Baker produce? No. Did Evan Neal produce? No. I don't want value. I want producers. I want production filled players. And I don't give a shit what Mel Kiper or all of them have is, well, he can go 11, but no, I don't know. I can't take him at 10. Like, if Mansour Delane's a good player, I want Mansour Delane at 5.
Yeah.
Whoever's a good player, I want them at 5. That's where I'm at. Yeah, look, every offseason it's going to feel different. It's getting closer to kickoff, and the juices start flowing, and the hype starts flowing. But you got a real coach now. You got a real coach. You have a franchise quarterback. There's no gimmick with Russell Wilson. We'll see. I don't want to overhype it. I was hyped up last year, but I'm trying not to be doomy and gloomy as well. What up, Luca? What's up, Beast? Luca D1 Crash Out. Yo, Marsh! What's up? What's up, Luca? What's up, Brody? Good to see you, man. I think I saw your comment on the channel that we got to go live at least once a week. We're here for you, bro. Today, I almost titled the video today, Luca D1 Crash Out. It was going to be a one-man live. I didn't want a two-man live. It'd be not enough value. One value, though. One person would have been cool.
There you go.
Let's go. Drew, what's happening, man? Marsh, you've been gloomy recently. Have a Snickers. You're not you and you're hungry. Yeah, I know. I'm not being me. What is me? Who am I? I don't even know. I'm too positive. Darnell, Mooney, Marshall, you're overrating him. Marshall, you're too gloomy and doomy. Trust me, no one wants the Giants to be better than me. I promise. I know people think that negativity sells on YouTube. You know what sells? Winning games.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens in November and October when the team doesn't win games? People don't watch. So, yeah,
It's our best watch party when they beat the Eagles.
No, wait. You're telling me the best watch party wasn't the ones that they lost all of them?
Well, actually, they won week 17 and 18, so maybe like weeks 12 through any week besides 3 of them. So
Yeah, Marsh has been crashing forever, says Mar. Just like the Giants have been losing the second most games since 2017. Isn't it crazy?
Tale's oldest time.
It's crazy. Like, Giants win. Did anyone say Marsh was too doomy and gloomy when the Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday Night Football? Was anyone saying Marsh was too gloomy when they signed John Harbaugh? Or was anyone saying Marsh was too doomy and gloomy when they picked Abdul Carter? Or am I just, as the kids say, keeping that same energy?
Yeah, love that. Love that.
Exactly.
We got a 3-point goal. Seth Gross, bang!
Shout out to Seth Gross. Hey, guys, I promise the Giants win a lot of the games next year. I'm going to be really, really happy. The Giants don't want to.
Seth Gross.
The Giants lose a lot of games. I'm not going to be happy. Just hot take. I know, hot take.
That is crazy. You want to call it? You're calling it now. You're calling it. That's it. Putting the stamp?
I'm gonna stand 10
Write
toes
it down
on it. If the Giants win games, I'll be happy. If the Giants lose games, I won't be happy.
March 18th, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Mar, make sure you hold me to that one, bro. Make sure you hold me to that one and include your 4 crying, laughing emojis in the chat.
Ugh.
What up, Seth? $50 super chat. Salute to you, brother. The Doom and Gloom Club will now come to order. Every fan wants their club to be the best, have the best players, and bring home the trophy. I love healthy debates about what that all means. We are fans. We are passionate. Speak for us, Marsh. Man, I don't think I could have said it any better. I don't really have much more to add to that. Like, I think my track record is pretty straightforward. When the Giants win, and it's not week 18 or 17 versus tanking teams, I'm going to be loud, and I'm going to be a proud fan of this team. And then when they don't win, I'm not going to be happy about it. And if that is too clickbaity for you guys, there are other channels out there that might tell you that things are A-okay when they've won 13 games in the last 30 years. I think the Giants are on the rise. I thought they were on the rise last year, and I was wrong. I think they're on the rise this year. I think you got your franchise quarterback. I think you have a franchise left tackle. I think you got a franchise defensive tackle and 2 edge rushers. And I like the addition of Tremaine Edmonds. I like what they've done in the receiving room. Still a ways to go. And I'm just hoping that the New York Giants season isn't over before October. Remember that? Over before October? Was that too doomy and gloomy, or was I right?
Yeah. Never wrong, just early.
There's no point to even be early anymore, because if you say something like, the Giants should trade Russell Wilson after he loses to the Cowboys, it's either A, called clickbait, or B, Marshall, you are a stupid idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about. So no one goes back. Like, do you guys as viewers, when you leave comments that you disagree with, and whether I am or I'm right or wrong, and then you're right or you're wrong, do you ever come back and say, you know what, Marshall? You're right. I was wrong. Or, Marshall, you were wrong and I was right. We need more accountability from me and you, from everybody. More accountability. That's it. That's all I want. But, Seth, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your friendship at this point. All I could do is be me. I think we're doing a decent job here, and we got an awesome team, and I can't be anybody else but me. I wish sometimes I woke up and I was Vinny Pip, but I can't be. I got to wake up and I get to have a widow's peak.
We can all dream. I mean,
we could dream. We can dream.
We got a 3-point goal. Marty Malela, bang!
Marty Malela, my man. What up, Brody? Says, we not cracking any cold ones today?
Marty Malela.
It is Wednesday. I mean,
of course.
Of course we can crack some cold ones. You know what? I'll do a beer bong. I'll do a beer bong for the real ones today.
Let's go.
Or a
Wednesday
happy dad
live.
bong, whatever you want to call it.
Are we starting happy hours on this channel? Is that what we're doing? It's 5 o'clock. It actually is 5 o'clock on the East Coast. So.
5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Bronx boy. This one's for you. This is for you, Bronx boy. Shout out to you, Marty. Great to have you in the channel. Always back. Marty, I want to let you know, I don't know if we already said this, multiple people reach out to me every show that you're not at. And they're like, where's he at? And I'm like, look, I'm sure he's got a life. And you know what? He may love this channel, but I'm sure he's got a life as well. This one's for you, bro.
Shout out to Marty.
Marty Milela.
One of the MVPs from this past season. At this time, just an MVP overall in every single day. So we appreciate your support, all the support of everyone watching us and hanging out with us. It's good stuff, man. We miss you when you're not here, Marty. So shout out to you. White Pepper said, Marsh, I had a dream we got Styles and Downs.
Me too. I used to dream about that. I mean, we actually had a mock draft at one point when the Giants had the number 1 pick, and then we traded down, and we got Styles and Downs, and we had quotes from the Billy Beebe on the show about both players. Then the Giants
legendary
got really big
culture wins
in week 17 and
yeah.
week 18.
That's it. You know what? Let's screw that. We don't need those guys. I wish we got more culture wins, and then we can get none of those guys.
Excuse me.
Not enough culture wins.
Excuse me. Woo! White Pepper. Let's go. Little Bulldozer. My guy, where you been, Brody? What would you think about a potential trade for Devon A-Chain? Maybe Kayvon Thibodeau and a pick swap. And what's your darkest horse for number 5?
I like that question.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Let's lead the mailbag off with Little Bulldozer.
Cool.
Pulling out a really good question. What would you think about a potential trade for Devon A-Chan? Maybe like Kayvon Thibodeau and a pick swap. So they pick 11th, like 5 and Kayvon Thibodeau for 11 and A-Chan? Yeah, I would do it. Absolutely would do it. Fuck yes, I would do that. In a heartbeat. Yes, absolutely. A-Chan's a hell of a back, man. You want to talk about explosive? Fuck yeah. Yeah, I would do that, no doubt about it. My darkest horse for number 5. Daniel says Arvell Reese. I don't think.
That's like a reverse dark horse, like a guy who could fall to your pick.
I have kind of thought about like him actually falling to 5, and I think that that's possible. And I would love Arvell Reese at 5. I think the darkest horse for the Giants at 5 at this point, like, no one would say Sonny Styles is a dark horse. Caleb Downs is not a dark horse. Carnell Tate is not a dark horse. Jeremiah Love is not a dark horse at this point.
We've heard links connecting all those guys to the Giants at 5.
I guess Mansour Delane a dark horse? I think so. I
think the guard from Penn State.
Yeah, is Vega. I would say Delane and Vega, and then maybe Jermod McCoy. Those 3 probably the darkest horses that you could find when it comes to the Giants selecting at number 5. Because I don't even think like Francis Maui Noah is a dark horse to be the Giants pick at number 5. Like, are we going to be shocked if a Harbaugh takes an offensive lineman, an offensive tackle there? No, I don't think so. So I would say the Penn State guard, Vega, Iona, however you say his name, and Mansour Delane, and maybe Jermod McCoy. I think McCoy's 2024 tape, and albeit 2024 was a long time ago, 1 season removed, he can cover, man. He is sticky in coverage. Intriguing. I will be interested to see what he does at his pro day. He said he was going to do stuff there. But I'll go Delane, Vega, and McCoy. I think those 3 are probably the darkest of the dark horses, if that's how you'd say it.
Yeah. I feel like, and it's not that teams' boards change. It's just that information, like people around the league get a sense of what's going to happen in the draft as it gets closer and closer. So there could be like someone who's a dark horse today could potentially not be like as it gets closer to the draft and teams start to realize that a certain team likes a guy or doesn't like a guy or things leak out. Or I know we talked about leaks earlier on the show, but yeah, I think that makes sense for what we've at this point in time with what's been rumored the Giants' interest.
If you're on Twitter, check out the video that Brian Baldinger put out today about Vega. Watch that. Watch how he imposes his will on opposing defensive lines. And then tell me you don't want him at number 5. What is the difference between a guy like Quentin Nelson, who people wanted the Giants to take at 2, and now Vega, who, like, it's not being even discussed for him to be the pick at number 5? Like, if Vega is as good as people believe, which is a potential all-pro level guard, why would that be a bad pick? Right? I don't know. Am I on crazy pills?
You would even think it's like there's guys who can switch positionally, but like guard is even a bigger need for the Giants because you have Andrew Thomas and you just re-signed Jermaine Illuminor. So if you draft a tackle, he is at least not going to go into training camp as a starter at tackle. He's either going to shift to guard or he's going to be a backup. So you could argue guard is a bigger need, and that goes back to the whole value thing of where you're picking a guy. And you can't take a guard at 5, but I think we've seen with some of the free agent contracts that the Giants handed out that John Harbaugh does not care as much about positional value. He cares about adding good football players to the Giants. They paid decent money to a tight end, to an inside linebacker. They gave record-setting contracts to a punter and fullback, and yeah, they didn't break the bank on those guys, but I think he cares more about how good of a player you are, not necessarily what position you play.
Like Anthony says, Vega is my go-to trade back candidate. And I do think if the Giants do trade back, they would want to stay in range to where they could get Vega or they could get Mansour Delane. But at the same time, if you love a player, and I get trying to play the game, I get it. The Giants played the game right last year in round 1. Why not just take him at 5? Right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the only way, like, if they can do it, you can get the guy you want to get at 5 at 10, and you get extra picks, like, great. But I won't, at the same time, fault the Giants for taking a guy that everyone thinks they could have got at 10 if they were, and they didn't trade back if they didn't feel the guy they wanted was going to get there. And I think whether or not they do it is going to be dependent on whether or not they think they can make it happen. And I trust John Harbaugh, Don Aponte, even Joe Shane was able to do, and the rest of the Giants organization was able to do it last year and get Jaxson Dart. So I think that's part of it. It's part of it is evaluating the players, knowing which players you want. And then, like you said, that second part of the game is being able to figure out when you can get which guys. And if you have, like, do you have the stones to play that game and stress out for however many picks until the guy you want is available? I don't know. There's no way we're not going to know that until the draft happens.
I mean, the Giants tried to play that game in the 2021 NFL draft, and Pat Leonard said it. They traded too far down. They wanted to take Elijah Vera Tucker. They wanted other people. And when they traded down with Chicago, they traded too far back. All the players in that cluster they thought were going to be there. Then they had to reach on Kadarius Toney, a player they did not love, when they could have just stuck and picked, and they could have got Micah Parsons, Rashawn Slater, Elijah Vera Tucker. I don't know, Tucker's been injured, but like,
better than Toney.
It's cool to be cute. It's also really cool to just get damn good football players. And if Vega, and I'm not going to act like I'm some offensive line film guru, but everybody that I know that is talks about him as the best guard prospect in a long time. And if Quentin Nelson went what? 6th? Like, you think the Colts are like, man, I wish we could have traded down and got an extra third and picked him at. No, you got Quentin Nelson. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right there. So, yeah, I would do that trade. And if the Giants draft Vega, like, that'd be freaking sweet. That'd be sweet. Imagine having a great right tackle, a great left tackle, and a great right guard. That'd be a cool place to live. Hopefully they're selling some property. We to plug in the building. Question, who could possibly have it better than us? Nobody. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to you, We to plug. Shout out to you, man.
We got a 3-point goal. Seth Gross, baby.
goes. I saw he said he forgot to add receiver in there, so I'll keep that in mind. Says Marsh. Again, thank you.
Seth Gross.
If you're ranking the need priorities for the New York Giants, how would you rank running back, O-line, D-line, linebacker, corner, and safety? Should our draft follow those priorities or go best available football athlete at our pick spots? All right. So I would say right now the biggest need for the Giants is interior offensive line. Because if you think about it like this, one, you don't have a starting right guard. Nobody is sold that John Michael Schmitz is the center of the future, and he's a free agent after this year. John Runyon is not going to – I will be shocked if John Runyon is on this team this time next year. So, in theory, unless John Michael Schmitz has his best season of his career, and even if he does, he's going to go to free agency, then you're going to get into a bidding war for him. So, you don't have a long-term plan at right guard. You don't have a long-term plan at center, and you don't have a long-term plan at left guard. And I think we've all learned that if you don't take the offensive line serious, you're not going to be a serious football team. So I would say interior offensive line with a focus on right guard, because at least for the immediate Giants future, they don't have a starting right guard. So I would put interior offensive line number one. Number two, I would go defensive tackle. I think Dexter Lawrence is going to be a Giant for a really long time. But Joe Shane told us at the Combine that there has been no talks of an extension. He hasn't approached the Giants about an extension. The Giants haven't approached him about an extension. And if Dexter Lawrence plays the way he did last year, this year, there's no way you can give him a big money extension. And you don't have another starting defensive tackle next to Dexter Lawrence. So, interior offensive line, one. Defensive tackle, number two. I would then go corner, number three. I think Paulson Adebo has the ability to be a plus starter in this league. I don't think that Paulson Adebo is a CB1. And he's having to play that role because the Giants don't have anybody else. Greg Newsome with the Browns his first couple of years played at the level of a starting caliber CB2. That guy shows up awesome, but he's also on a one-year deal. So, interior offensive line, defensive tackle, corner. Then I would probably go picking between receiver, running back, safety, and linebacker. Receiver, running back, safety. I'm going to go safety. I think we all can agree that Javon Holland has been a little bit underwhelming in his 1 year here. I think everybody agrees that Tyler Newman has not played like a second-round pick in this league. And I think that if you can find an upgrade to either of those players, you should do it. And I like our Darius Washington. I like Jason Pinnock. Those are players on 1 year, nearly veteran minimum deals. Those don't change the future of the Giants outside of 2026, 2027. So interior offensive line, defensive tackle, corner, safety. I would then go receiver only because we don't know for sure that Malik Nabers is going to come back 100%. So I would go receiver then. Then I would go linebacker and then corner.
You said corner already.
Or linebacker then running back, excuse me. Running back I think is the lowest need for an upgrade at that position. But shoot, man, if Jeremiah loves the pick at 5, I totally understand why, and I'm totally okay with that as well.
Kind of hits on the back half of his question is like, should they target the priority? Because you said running back is arguably their lowest priority, or should they just go best player available? And there's a chance that Jeremiah Love's the best player on their board at number 5 if he's there.
Yeah, and this is through my lens and my thought process and how I would like to build a football team. It sounds like the Giants want to upgrade the running back position. We heard that in free agency. They made an offer to Kenneth Walker. They've done a lot of due diligence on Jeremiah Love. There's reports that they love him. Believe what you want. But yeah, O-line, D-line, corner, safety, receiver, linebacker, running back is how I would order those. And when it comes to should our draft follow these priorities or go best player available, I would like to seriously just take the best player available. Because outside of left tackle, Dexter Lawrence, Brian Byrne, outside of edge, left tackle, Dexter Lawrence, and Jaxson Dart, I won't include this. And wide receiver one, where can't the Giants use an upgrade, right? Like, are we going to be mad if they upgrade over John Michael Schmitz? Are we going to be mad if they upgrade over John Runyon? Are we going to be mad if they upgrade over Paulson Adebo? Are we going to be mad if they upgrade over Tremaine Edmonds? Are we going to be mad if they upgrade over Tyler Nubin? Like,
yeah, or even at a position where like there already is a guy, but they can still get on the field. Like if you draft an edge, they're just not going to get on the field. Burns, Carter, Thibodeau. You could draft another lineman, and there's a chance they get on the field. You draft another running back, and there's a chance they get on the field, even though you already have good ones. You get receiver positions where there's multiple guys of the same position on the field at the same time. Safety, corner, whatever. Like no one has ever said, "Oh, you have too many good corners." That's it. That's a problem. I don't think anyone's ever said that. So, yeah, we'll see.
So that's kind of where I would land on that. I think it's always best to just draft the best player available, because if you leave the draft with good football players, you're always going to be in a good spot. Now, chasing the need and chasing a prototype and chasing, we need measurables like this and we need this speed and we need, like, that's where you get into trouble and that's where you reach and that's where you make misses. But, like, I know it doesn't go like this, but if you approached every single draft pick with the idea of whoever is the best player, it would, you'd be okay. You'd be okay as a team. Seth, you the man, brother. Shout out to you as always. Rob, what up, man? $10 super chat. What up, Rob? Random hypothetical. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you to everybody watching. 500 people in the building. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Random hypothetical. You see a world where John does not finish out his 5 years in New York. No one wishes this, but if the first 3 seasons are bad, does he live on scholarship for full length of his contract? If the Giants are picking inside the top 10 for the next 3 years, that means a full reset is coming, because that means that Jaxson Dart's no good. And that means you need a new quarterback. And I don't necessarily know if that means you fire John Harbaugh, but if the Giants are bad for the next 3 seasons, there's going to be major changes to the roster. And 3 years from now would be the end of the 4th season for Jaxson Dart. And if a Jaxson Dart-led team, and I get it, last year had different circumstances, didn't start the season, all that, but if you're picking in the top 10 4 years in a row with Jaxson Dart, that means you didn't win a lot of games. And if 4 years through a rookie quarterback that you picked in round 1 doesn't win a lot of games, you're probably going to be looking for a new quarterback, which then could mean maybe it's a new era of Giants football. I know I'm Mr. Doom and Gloom, but I don't even want to think about this respectively. Yeah, I think they're going to give John Harbaugh, though, a long leash. I think he's going to get a long leash. I think so.
Yeah, I think anything is possible. Likely, no. But
yeah. G-Man, what up, Brody? After Waddle trade, are you glad we didn't get BTJ?
In terms of like the capital, maybe that would have had to have been given up.
Do you think you would have had to give up? I think the price for BTJ is less than what Waddle went for. I don't think a team was trading a first-round pick for BTJ, because I think if the Jags got offered a first-round pick, they would have taken it.
Yeah, he says the price. I see where he's coming from. Waddle probably clearly a better player, but he's on a more expensive contract. BTJ on the rookie deal still, so maybe that narrows the gap between their perceived trade value. Even though one's clearly the better player, it's the cost as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been totally fine with giving up pick 37 for Brian Thomas Jr., and that's really the most that I really would have offered. I don't know. I would rather have BTJ than not have him. If it only took 37, then yeah, I would have done it. What the Broncos got pick 30, pick like 58, and
They got a third and a fourth.
they gave up a fourth.
Oh, they gave, what was it?
They swapped fourths and they got a first and a third.
Got it.
So 1,
okay.
3, and 4, and they got Watt on a fourth. So essentially, you traded a late first and a late third for him, or it was a late second, late first and a late second. I think it was a first and a third.
That's what I thought. I thought it was 1, 3, and I guess that 4 was a swap, or there was a late round pick sent back.
Yeah, it was 30, 94, and 130 for Waddle and 111. So a swap in the fourth round and a first and a third. I don't think that's that much. Like, what's the difference between pick 30 and pick 37? If the Giants could have got Jalen Waddle for pick 37 and 105 and then swapped fifth round picks, I probably would have done it too. So, no, I'm not glad we didn't get BTJ. No, I'm not. I mean, I don't know what the price would be, but I think if a team offered a first round pick for him, they would have done it. I don't know if the Giants offered 37. I'm also a little worried about how BTJ played last year. So I'm not glad we didn't do it, and I'm not glad that we did do it. Like, I don't really think the Waddle trade really changes anything for me, to be honest with you, at this point. Appreciate the question, man. Geechee Dinero, what's up, Brody? $10 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you, Brody. If you got a comment or question, he says, bro, I just paid for a comment and you skipped right past it. Come on, Marshall, got to do better. Did we skip right past it, or is it on the channel right now?
I think people need to have patience. We get through every single super chat. We show every single one. If we ever do skip yours, it is unintentional. If you let us know, we will show it. But we have to show every single one. We go in order. Unless someone sends in a 50 or 100, then we show those first. Try to remember to go back to every single person. And like Marshall was trying to give a detailed, thoughtful answer to every single person that super chats. So we'll get on. We'll get to all of them. Appreciate you guys' patience. We appreciate all the super chats that do come in, support us, and allow us to do the job that we do, but can only make them go so fast. So
I don't know what you want me to say either. You didn't comment anything. Like Andrew said, and I know we kind of live in like a society, me, I paid, it's my turn. Well, the other people paid for their comments too, and like he said, I want to give everyone the thought and attention and my brain being picked. Like, you guys are spending your hard-earned money to hear my opinion on the Giants. Like, I'm just going to zoom past someone's question to get to yours, because whether it's $1, $5, $50, $500, like, I'm going to give you the time and attention that I think is needed. And like, to say that we need to do better because we're giving other people who were in line before you I don't know. Just thank you, brother. Like I said, if you have a comment or a question, put it in the chat, bro. Thank you. Anabolic Leo. What up, Brody? What's your guess? Thank you for the love. What's your guess that the Giants will do to address the defensive tackle position? Also, I think likely could have a 1,000-yard year. What do you think? I think that second round selection, whether it is at 37 or they trade down in round 2, I think that is a spot where they could definitely target a defensive tackle, or they could target an interior offensive lineman with that pick. 105 could be that range as well. I wish there was a defensive tackle that you could take in round 1 at pick number 5. I just don't. I I don't necessarily think that there's someone that's I don't think it's the top-heavy defensive tackle class. I think that you can get starters on day 2 and early into day 3. I wish that there was a defensive tackle the Giants could take at 5 because I'd be all over that. But, yeah, I would say round 2 or round 4 is where I think that they'll target a defensive tackle. That's where I'm at on that. And when it comes to Isaiah Likely, I think he could have a 1,000-yard season. I sure hope so. You look at what Isaiah Likely has done in his NFL career. He's never had over 477 yards. That came on 42 receptions. On Talking Giants, I was on there with Justin Pennick. Shout out to Justin. Awesome guy. Go support their channel. I threw out, can we get 60 grabs from Isaiah Likely this year? 60 grabs, 700 yards. That's kind of where the zone and the range that I'm looking for Likely. I think it's Theo Johnson had 45 catches, I think, off the top of my head last year. Can we get 60 catches, 700 yards, and 5 or 6 touchdowns for Likely? That's what I'm looking for. Could he have 1,000 yards? Sure, maybe. I mean, that'd be a huge jump. It'd be a huge jump, but he's also going to get a huge jump in targets. He's going to get a huge jump, hopefully, in catches and snaps overall that he plays. If I had to make a bet, though, I'd probably say under 1,000 yards.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the pecking order plays out with the offense. Obviously, Nabers right now, it seems like he may not be ready to start the year. So you're going to have Isaiah Likely, Darnell Mooney, Calvin Austin, potentially a draft pick thrown in there, Darius Slayton. Who does Jaxson Dart develop a chemistry with? You bring in Theo Johnson back. Who does Matt Nagy want to target and draw plays for? I think right now you'd probably say Likely would be the top of those guys just based on how the Giants valued him and how much money they paid those guys. It'd be Likely, Mooney, Austin, Slayton somewhere in there, and obviously Nabers when he comes back. But we'll see.
Heard Chase Daniel talk about they're going to build the offense around Isaiah Likely and that he expects Matt Nagy, who he played for in Chicago, to use Likely in a similar fashion that Kansas City used Travis Kelce. Give me 60 grabs next year, 750 yards, and six touchdowns, 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. That'd be sweet. It'd be the best Giant tight end season in a long, long, long time. Appreciate the love, brother. Thank you for being a real one as always. Luca, D1 Crash Out. What up, my man? Yo, Marsh, I love this positivity. We need this more. I'm doing the best I can. I'm just being me, man. I think I am pretty fair when it comes to this team. When there's good things to talk about, never shied away to tell you how good I think the Giants can be. It's like I don't shy away from telling you when I don't think good things are happening. It's always good to get a little tap on the shoulder and a little belly rub and scratch you like a dog and tell you it's all good and well, but I'd rather be known as someone that keeps it honest than just positive. That's what I want to be described as, honest. Whether that is what people think or not, everybody's going to think what they want, but I was going to be me, and when I feel that there are things to be positive about, I'll tell you. When I think there's things to be upset about and be mad about, I'm going to do that as well. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Giants fan that bleeds Giants blue just like you guys, and I'm in that same boat where we all just want to see this team win. We always want to see this team win. What up, Robbie? Do you see a world where we draft back into round 1? I could see a world where that happens, but with the limited draft capital the Giants have, I don't necessarily think that is likely going to happen. Think about it like this. The Ravens and John Harbaugh loved making a lot of draft picks. The Giants only have 2 picks inside the top 100 this year. So in theory, if you're thinking about how do we get from pick 37 to pick 22, probably going to have to give up 2027 draft capital. And I don't think, and I could be wrong, I don't think necessarily that John Harbaugh wants to reach into the bag of 2027 draft picks to improve his draft positioning in 2026. I think he would rather trust his scouting department, trust his evaluation of scouting, and just have more darts on the dartboard and being able to find quality football players that way. So I think there is a world where that could happen, Rob, but I don't think it's the most likely thing. I think it's more likely they trade back than they trade down. We haven't seen how the John Harbaugh, Don Aponte era of the Giants have operated in the draft, but that's just my guess at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like the Giants aren't one player away from. They were just a coach away. No, they're not one player away or 2 players away. And I think, like you said, John Harbaugh wants to, if anything, build up a surplus of draft picks, not deplete the future draft capital. It's kind of like when Joe Shane took over. He wanted to fix the future cap, not make it worse, and clean things up in years coming up. So I agree that, especially without a third-round pick this year, they're more likely to trade back than up. But I don't think the scenario is impossible if there is a guy they have rated as the 15th best player on their board. However, they stack it up based on their film evaluations, pre-draft visits, 30-day visits, pro days, all that. And he's sitting there at maybe the back half, like the last couple picks, 28, 29, 30. They try and jump up if the price is right and give up, like a third next year. They don't have a third this year or fourth or something, depending on what the other team wants. So I think it's impossible. No. Do I think it's – I realize we need a new word for likely with Isaiah Likely. Are they probably going to do it? Probably not. But it really just – you're not going to know until the end of round 1, and depending on who's there and how they value that player. So
yeah, and I think like if you're – let's say they want to get up to pick 25. So they got to go from 37 to 25, scoot up 12 picks. Think if you were the 25th team that was getting calls from a team at 37, what would you want back in a return to trade down 12 spots?
A lot.
I want a lot, and I want more premium picks. And if you don't have a third-round pick you can offer me, I want your second-round pick next year. And that could potentially be a top 45 pick. So I think it's more probable that they trade down. There's a higher chance, in my opinion, that they trade down than they trade up.
I think the last thing is that it also depends on like how that team values their draft board. If they think there's not a huge difference between the players at whether it's 25, 28, 29, and 37, then they may not ask for as much. It all kind of, and like, that's kind of the game between the GMs is we think there's not that much difference between this player. We have a guy we like, but that just determines the value they're going to seek in return. Shout out to you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob. What up, Geechee?
Back again.
Thank you, brother. So sorry I did it wrong. It's all good, man. It's all good. I just
looks like he commented here. I can read it.
He sent another one too. Let's just go to that one real quick.
Got it.
Shout out to you. Look, I appreciate it. Look, I think it's so damn cool that people want to hear my opinions, and when they feel like they're getting cheated or skipped, that they want to yell at me. That's pretty damn cool. We just ask for patience because just like I want to give you my full thoughts and attention and everything that you deserve by taking the time out to do this, like I want to give that to Vinny Pip and Seth Gross and Marty Malela and G-Man and everybody else as well. So I get it. It's super flattering. I just ask sometimes, like, one thing when I create shows, I was like, how do the people on the other side of the camera view that? It's maybe asking for too much, but, like, sometimes when y'all yell at me, maybe thinking about it like, how would I feel if I was getting yelled at because I thought that someone skipped my question when in reality they didn't. They were just trying to give everybody else what they paid for. Anyways, love round 1. Thank you. 3 $10 super chats. Shout out to you. Give me some GDs in the chat. It says, love round 1. Concepcion day 2. Explosive offense on rookie deals. Beef the defense up with some veterans and see if the fireworks of that offense bring the best out of all of our defensive pieces. I don't think that's the worst. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. Reports came out today. I think it was from Ryan Fowler.
Yeah, that's where I saw.
Was it Ryan Fowler?
I saw, yeah, because I saw other people reposting him.
Yeah, Ryan Fowler does a great job covering the NFL draft. He is reporting that KC Concepcion is having a top 30 visit with the New York Giants today. And once we get more top 30 visits, all we know right now is Mekhi Lemon, Jeremiah Love, and Concepcion. I'll go back through all the Joe Shane draft classes. I did this last year of all the players that they drafted that went on top 30 visits. Under the Joe Shane operation, that was something that they prioritized heavily. Those top 30 picks, top 30 meetings, excuse me. So keep that in the back of your mind. If one of these explosive receivers like KC Concepcion or Omar Cooper falls to 37, I don't think the Giants are going to be against taking one of those guys at all, despite paying Darnell Mooney $3.5 million on a one-year deal and Calvin Austin $450,000.
Wow.
That's it, guaranteed. So, one thing we all do as fans is as soon as someone puts on that blue jersey, they're the best thing ever. But the Giants only committed $450,000 to Calvin Austin, only $3.5 million to Darnell Mooney. Those guys aren't going to change or stand in the way of the Giants addressing the receiver room any further. So the idea of Jeremiah Love round 1, I'm not against it. I think you can make the argument that he is the best offensive player in this draft. And I know that the history of taking running backs in the round 1 haven't worked out, despite sometimes those players still being really good. But if there is a situation where it could make some sense, I don't think the Giants are the perfect team for it, but cheap young quarterback, some good players on the offensive line, still need a right guard. You have a premium position player at wide receiver 1. You have 2 edges. You have an offensive coordinator and a head coach that want to run the football. I don't think getting the best running back in the class is a bad idea. And for Concepcion, yeah, I would love KC Concepcion in round 2. I watched a lot of Texas A&M football games this year. He is explosive as they come. They're going to help you in the return game as well. Every time he touches the football, he can go the distance. So I don't hate that at all, and I don't hate having inexpensive, cheap players on rookie deals on offense. I'm totally cool with this. I think it's probably more likely that you see maybe a defensive tackle or an offensive lineman in round 2, but if we leave round 1 and round 2 with Jeremiah Love and Concepcion, and we already have the players we have, we'd all be pretty pumped up about that.
Yeah.
So
they obviously wanted to learn something more about Concepcion because they brought him in on a visit. If they didn't want to find out more information about him, whether it's for the medical or for whatever it is, learn more about the player. And similarly, I don't think they think there's no chance he's available, because otherwise they wouldn't have wasted it if they didn't think he was going to be available or have a chance of being available when they pick. So that would be pretty sweet to get him at 37.
yeah, appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the patience as well. G-Man, what up, Brody? Why isn't Hyatt cut or traded? He does nothing. If we haven't learned by now, it's a clean slate. Evan Neal's back. Joshua Zudu is back. They're going to give Jalen Hyatt a chance. And I would rather give him a chance in training camp, and then if he doesn't make the 52-man roster, just cut him then. Cutting him now doesn't even save all that much money. And,
can you get a pick swap for him at the cut-down day?
Seth Gross says, how much would you give to be in the Giants' war room? I would. We would sacrifice Andrew Connell's life. How about that?
I'll do it. Sign me up.
That'd be pretty cool.
Do it for the real ones. The content would be
What
unreal.
if they went live from inside the draft room?
I don't think Joe would like that. We've seen him get nervous.
He sure did talk a lot on Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. For Hyatt, you have to roster 90 players right now. Cutting Jalen Hyatt, is some flesh for the fan base to be happy about. He's been as disappointing of a pick as any in this era of Giants football. But if you're going to give Evan Neal a chance and you're going to get Josh Azudu a chance, I don't mind giving Jalen Hyatt another chance.
Oh, that's right. They got to get rid of him because Odell needs 13 back.
No. Okay. If that's the case, then go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. Appreciate you, G-Man. Corey Hurd, what up, beast?
Corey Hurd.
Shout out to Corey Hurd. What's up, Brody?
He says, who do you think will score the first rushing and receiving TD? Who will get the first sack, forced fumble, and INT?
That's a good question. It's a good question. What number are you wearing right there?
Looks like maybe an 8 to start. I don't know.
That better not be Daniel Jones.
I think it could be
8?
Cruz, 80.
80,
like I
a
think
little
that number
salsa?
on the – because you see it goes over the middle of the jersey there.
Is it a 9?
Could be.
Corey, let me know. All right, first rushing touchdown. I'm going to go.
I'm going to write these down.
Write them down. Hold me to it. If I'm wrong, I'm fired. I'm going to go Jaxson Dart. Jaxson Dart rushing touchdown. I'm going to go Theo Johnson receiving touchdown. First sack. Dexter Lawrence. Didn't have a sack all year last year. He's getting one week 1. First forced fumble, Abdul Carter. An interception.
Go player that's not even on the team right now.
I've been thinking about that for every single one of these. Andrew Phillips.
Okay.
Final.
We'll see.
We'll see. If I'm right, I think it's rule that
you
guys just have to
just do a video. Marsh was right.
Marsh was right.
Click
I was
me.
right. You the man, Corey. That's a good question, man. Got me working. Tommy Mills. What up, Brody? $5 super chat. Tommy, if you got a comment, question you want me to respond to, a take, you just want to say something in the chat, I'll keep my eyes on the chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel, man. Would love to hear from you. Annabelle. I can't do it.
Anabolic Leo.
It's too much. $5 super chat. Thank you, Brody. Who's your favorite defensive tackle at 37? I agree. None are worth 5. I'm high on Styles or Downs there. I agree. Same. I'm just worried about DT. We need to stop the run. Trust me. I'm worried about defensive tackle as well.
Are you worried about stopping the run?
Well, it's mandatory.
Yeah. It's a must.
It's a must. I don't know if you heard that. But, hey, when you can roster and start Roy Robertson Harris,
you guys got to do it.
Got to do it. Let me pull up my draft list. Lee Hunter is someone that I like a lot at 37, the defensive tackle out of Texas Tech. One thing that I hate about going to the combine is I become biased to these players because I liked talking to them and they had a good personality and
How do you think teams separate that, man? That's
it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. So Lee Hunter is up there for me. I like Christian Miller, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. He's up there for me as well.
Had him in one of our mock drafts.
Yeah, I had him in one of the mocks. Other players. Does Caleb Banks fall to?
He had the injury.
Does he
concern.
fall there? Does Peter Woods fall to 37? I like Caden McDonald out of Ohio State a lot. I guess those are the guys. Miller, Banks.
I think 5 is a solid list.
McDonald, Woods, and Hunter. I like Dominique Orange, but I'd rather get him at 105 than 37. Not sure he'll be there, though.
Could be a trade down candidate, potentially.
Some people are really big fans of Xavier Harris. I haven't got to watch him yet, but 6'8", 330 is insane. A lot of people are saying just go get Christian Wilkins. And here's the reason no one signed him. And I think it has nothing to do with what he can do on the football field. I'll just leave it at that. So, yeah. Those are the ones. Those are the defensive tackles I'm looking at. Those are them. Patty Ice with Dre Greenlaw signing back with the 49ers. Do you think Warner is still in trade talks? I think to still be in trade talks would mean that we would have ever had to have been in trade talks. And no, I don't think that the Niners ever seriously considered trading Fred Warner. I don't. I know we talked about it on the channel. Art Stapleton tweeted out that the 49ers, he had heard, could be interested if they brought back Greenlaw. But I think in that video I said I don't think it's very likely. So I don't think it's very Isaiah. I don't. Ichi, back again. What
Let's
up,
go.
Bernie? Thank you for the love as always. Says I heard no chat address an elephant that could possibly in the room, and that's Scat's passion for football after injury, which you stated on a podcast. I heard nobody in the chat address the elephant in the room. That's Scat's passion for football after the injury. Did he say that he doesn't have as much passion? You're going to have to fill me in here. Are you saying you're worried about Cam Scatterboo's passion for the game after the injury? I haven't heard anything that would make me feel that way. Shane Tompkins, yeah, I saw that a while ago. He said he had forgot a major injury, he would retire. Well, he hasn't.
I think he refuted that. I at least saw a clip where he's like, I know I said that, but like I can't. I don't.
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
I just saw a video where he said he was on the phone with John Harbaugh at 1 a.m. talking about an offensive guard. So,
love that. Think he loves football?
Scat ain't going out sad. I'll tell you that much. He ain't going out sad. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that, though. I'm more worried about him getting back to himself than his mindset. Once you love football or once you do it I ain't worried about his love for the game at all. Zach Vela, what up, Brody? Can you show my tweet? I need a Giants Now car. What do you think? Did you tweet at me? I'll go check it out. That is hilarious. I don't even know what this is. Is this GTA? Let me put that up on the show.
I got you.
Is that GTA? And then you can like put a YouTube show on the TVs? That's fire. That's sick. What would a Giants Now car even look like? I guess with the logo on there. What up, T Will?
Got to use Vinny's image. I would have to make it on there.
That is true. That is true. Vinny Pip thinks that we should sell shirts with my face on them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't even know, how do you do that?
So that's like in the game, they have that. Chills.
That's fire, though. I guess I'm EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, you're in the game, literally.
You and AC pick the type of car. Okay. That's fire. That's fire, though. It's a modded server, man. Pick a type of car for me. Shoot, I'm not even like a big car guy.
I'm not a huge car guy either. I don't know, like.
Get a Lamborghini or something. Is that cool?
I think that's tough. Is your girl tough? Yeah.
Is your girl tough? Vinny Pip wants us to sell shirts with this on it. If you want a shirt with this on it, would you want a shirt with this on it? Y for yes, N for no. Um, maybe I just don't understand it.
Does kind of look like you though.
It doesn't not look like me. It doesn't not.
Maybe it looks like that guy that Chugs thinks you look like. Maybe it looks like him.
Maybe it looks him. What if I'm wearing? What if this is on the shirt, but I'm wearing the shirt with that on it?
You're wearing. Wait. I'm getting a little inception here. You're wearing the shirt with you. It's the shirt of you wearing a shirt with this on it.
Yep.
I don't hate it.
Or does the shirt say like Giants Now on it? Needs shorter hair.
Gloom and doom. Keep that same energy. There's a lot of options here.
Adorable. That's the word, Bronx boy. Adorable. Throw a Giants hat on it and I'll buy 5, says Brian.
Really? All right, this is all good stuff. Hopefully Arnold's tapped in and he's getting ideas here.
It's the perfect shirt for the poker team. Seth, we got to play some poker, man.
Real one. I like that.
Nicole, you think we should do it? Should we make a shirt? Maybe we just remove them, or do we like? That was crazy. Holding the mic like that, or no? No mic. On to the next super chat. On to the next one. On to the next one.
Oh God! Shout out to Zach Vela. That was cool. The picture of us in the video game, that was cool.
Shout out to you, Zach. That's my guy. G-Man, what up, Brody?
Vinny's watching too, so you know.
He's recording it. You know he is. G-Man, what up? Says need to say, but Marshall, are you convinced the Jets take Reese over Styles? No, I'm not. I am very, as you guys know.
You were just saying this earlier today, right?
Yeah. Mel Kiper Jr. said it today. And look, what does Mel Kiper know? I don't know. But he said that Sonny Styles could be the pick at 2. I think it's maybe because it's just my dream pick at 5. And as you guys know, I'm doom, gloom, pessimistic Marsh. I think it's like 60-40 that he's not there. 60% that he's not there. Like, we sure the Cardinals are passing on him at 3?
Yeah, I
Sure
think
the Titans are passing on him at 4?
with the teams, and I guess it depends on the strategy of those teams ahead of you, but like the Cardinals and the Titans, like they don't have much, like many pieces. So like sometimes those teams going to have the strategy of just getting good football players, but at the same time, at least I think a lot of the mock drafts where you've had Styles available at 5, they think because they're so far away in their build, they got to hit premium positions, whether it's tackle, whether it's edge rusher, whether it's I don't think maybe receiver, but like I think that's the reason. That's the case for those teams not taking Styles. And listen, I hope that's what they do because I'd love to see him fall to the Giants. But like, what was he just on Jeremiah's big board 3? I think we did.
Styles was 3.
Yeah, I mean, like if he's the 3rd best player, right? In that, you look from that theory, every team's taking best player available. He's not making it to 5. So
I hope he does. He's the guy who I want the most. We'll see as Asia Wilson is set to sign the new max contract
Super
in the
max.
WNBA, $1.4 million.
Congrats to her.
Congrats. Austin Willis. We're talking about Willis. My bold prediction is Neal progress. What's yours? Wouldn't that be something? Evan Neal is a starting guard this year, and he's good.
Speaking of guaranteed dollars, 0 for Evan Neal. Tells you what they think about him.
Yeah. My bold prediction. Abdul Carter has more sacks than Brian Burns. Is that bold?
I think that's bold coming off the season that they each just had. I think it's more bold than if you said it before last season. People probably would have thought it was more realistic.
Yeah, I think it was more realistic last year.
Yeah.
Take. I don't know. Like, I'll say Abdul Carter leads the team in sacks.
I like it.
I don't know how bold it is, but
Hopefully it's because him and Burns are just having this race to the
it's
top.
like 20 and 19
yeah,
and a half.
hopefully it's not because there's not a lot of guys with a lot of sacks.
Maybe what if it's like Denard Wilson is only the defensive coordinator for the Giants for 1 year because he gets hired as a head coach in the offseason because he crushed it with the Giants.
That would be great. I mean, you hate to lose your coordinator, but that would be.
I think the Giants would get some draft picks for it.
Potentially, yes.
Because he is a minority coach that would be leaving your team for an upgraded position.
Yeah, so if he became a head coach, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we saw that with the Bears where they called that GM move a lateral move, and I don't think they got picks for that. So, but he is defensive play caller, defensive coordinator, so the only thing that could be an upgrade would be head coach.
Head coach. Rob Jigga. Good question, Austin. What's up, Rob? With the Dolphins trading everyone, if the New York Giants get Styles at 5 and Downs falls to Dolphins at 11, would you consider a trade package for him? Yeah, I would consider it, but I don't think that the Giants have enough. If you're going from 37 to 11, put yourself in the Dolphins' position. What do you want from the Giants? I want their first-round pick next year. Right? You want to move up 25 spots?
Yeah.
I am. Yeah, I would be trying to trade back up. I don't think the Giants would, though. I don't. Thank you, Rob. You the man, brother, as always. Master of coin, my brother. What up, Brody? Love the show as usual. Real one. Let's effing go. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. People are saying they would rock the shirt with my face on it.
That's it.
That's
Maybe
insane
should we send it in?
That's insane to me, but you guys are legends. What would you want it to say on there, or just straight picture? Is it like?
I feel like it's got to say something.
Does it say "But Marshall," or "Giants Now," or "Doom and Gloom," or what?
Keep that same energy. Well, I guess that's a Knicks.
That's a Knicks thing.
Yeah.
Brock's boy wants it to be alrighty. Brock's boy, were you here like 5 seconds ago?
That's his saying. Bronx boy says alrighty.
Well, he says it because I always say it.
Got
Supposedly.
it. Supposedly. Well, what about but first?
But first. 3-point goal. But Marshall. Has to say Giants now. That is hilarious to me.
You know what I did think was a good idea that someone said yesterday in the watch party was having like a QR code on the shirt to subscribe.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. The Ding Dong Club. That's good. That's good. Master of Coin, I appreciate you, man. Austin Willis, back again. Thanks for all you do, Martian crew. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Seriously, thank you. Thank you to everybody for being here. It's been a hell of a show today. Been a lot of fun. Haven't even gotten to the segment yet. We've been live for 90 minutes just chopping it up about the Giants. Marco Di Natale. The New York Giants drinking team shirt was fire. Gano competing for a spot. Shout out to our merch team for that, led by James Yoder and Arnold, for the drinking team merch stuff. They're I think our next big thing at Chat Sports is the merch. You see other media companies, and we haven't really been a merch company until really the past 6 months. I guess last year we started the hats. You guys showed major love to the hats last year, and more branding and awareness, and you guys get to rock some cool stuff. And I think it's so damn cool that you guys show the love that you do. I don't think Gano is going to be on this roster much longer. Now, why is he still on the roster? I'm not so sure, but I don't think he's going to be on this team. I don't.
Yo.
Love that.
Shout out Marco Di Natale, a real one, always tapped in.
Let's go. Jared, what up, Brody? Marsh, what are your thoughts about a potential uniform rebrand? Nothing too crazy, but something to show we are truly in a new era of Giants football. I I've always kind of had like a little bit of beef that the away jerseys have no blue in them. Like
Big blue.
and I get mad when people say, "Marshall, we're big blue, not big red," and I'm like, "Yeah, but the Giants' first color was red, so like, I get it." And there's like the nostalgic thing to the white and red away uniforms at this point. 2 Super Bowls in those. I would like for there to be some sort of blue though in the away uniforms. I love the home uniforms, the classic blue. I think I even liked them more with the gray pants. I was a big fan of the gray pants back in the day. But I wouldn't mind if like the color rush were just the home and away uniforms.
I think at least this is me, and I feel like I've seen this before. Those I don't know if they're called legacy with like the red stripe, like the new old ones that I think they might be the color rush ones, the blue with the red. Those should be home, and then the white ones they wore, I think, against Chicago this year, where they have the Giants on the helmet, should be the home and away. They would be minor tweaks, nothing crazy, like pretty similar to already the general color scheme, but I think those are, in my opinion, better looking than the ones they have now.
Those are sweet. No doubt about it. Those blue, like Giants play Sunday Night Football, and those home blues, they pop off the screen.
Never go wrong with those. So,
I don't mind it. I think that what were the uniforms called this year that like the Bills and the Seahawks got, those Nike ones where there was like a name.
I know what
those.
you're talking
Supposedly
about.
the Giants are supposed to be getting those either in 2027 or 2028.
I know what you're talking about. There's just too many to keep track of at this point.
The rivalry jersey, says Tyler. So I had heard that the Giants could be getting those in 2027 or 2028. I'm curious to see what those could look like.
They could be red.
I don't mind the all reds. I know we didn't win many games in those, but those were fresh, man.
Yeah.
Those were fresh. Mr. Gorilla, 3. Marshall, you should make a jacket. It would be lit. We got a hoodie. I know Zach Vela doesn't like the Harbaugh shirts. But,
really?
Yeah, he said he didn't like them. You should make a jacket. Like, what type of jacket? Like a hoodie, a zip-up jacket? May's around the corner. April's around the corner. I guess, does it
still cold in New
Still
York.
cold?
It's cold here the last couple days.
Yeah, Zach does not like them.
Doesn't not like him, but he doesn't like him. Gotcha. Yeah, so we have the Harbaugh hoodie. You can see all of the merch if you're interested in getting any at chatsports.com/Giants now.
Maybe we just get a hoodie where it says Giants Now on it.
I think that would be good. I think especially like majority of football season in New York's taking place when the weather's cold. I think that'd be pretty cool. Got the shirts as well, blue, black, navy, and the Harbaugh stuff for whoever likes it or doesn't like it. It's all right. We won't tell Arnold that you don't like it.
Yep.
And Harbaugh ball as well.
NFL is laying groundwork for hiring replacement officials this season if the league is unable to agree on a new CBA agreement with the NFL Ref Association. Do you remember the last time they had replacement
it worked
refs?
so well. Yeah. Come on now.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
I think it says like a zip up rain jacket, like one of those. I know what he's talking about, like a. I mean that's a good way to describe it, like a zip up rain jacket.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Hey, I'll talk to the merch team. You guys want more merch? We can figure it out. Kyle, what up, man? Instead of trading back, what do you think about trading up from 37 back into the mid-teens? Yeah, we kind of talked about this. I'm not against it. Like if the Giants are in a spot where they think there's a player on the board that they got to trade up for that they're in love with, in theory, I don't think that that is a bad idea, but I just kind of look at it through the lens of you're already strapped when it comes to limited draft ammunition. And John Harbaugh has been a member of the Ravens, a team that has placed a very strong importance on being able to make as many picks in the NFL draft as possible. The Ravens never traded a first-round pick for a player in the John Harbaugh era. Again, I just think it's more likely that they trade back than trade up at this point. Situations can arise that change those feelings, and hell yeah, I'd love to get 2 first-round picks. Could have had them if you just lost week 17 and 18. But give up pick 37, KT in next year's third. The Giants want to be without a third-round pick next year too and lose Kayvon to? I don't know.
Seth, you talk about a vest, a sleeveless jacket. Is that a vest? I don't know. Let me know.
Appreciate you, Kyle. Will, what up? Will of D. Has Graham been cut? Nope, not yet. Not yet. I don't think he's going to be on the team, though. I don't. I really don't.
I have 2 other kickers.
Yeah. Bray. What up, Bray Barks? Marsh, you think 11-5 is smoke? No, I don't. Do I think that they're 1,000% going to pick him? No, I don't think so either. But I think there is a way where the board could fall in the first 4 picks where he is the pick for the Giants. I think there's legit interest there. You don't waste a top 30 visit, a combine interview, which you only get 45 of, for smoke. Like, what does that even mean? I never really understood that. Like, are the Titans thinking, like, oh, shit, the Giants like him at 5, so I got to take him at 4? No, if the Titans like him at 4, they're going to take him. If the Cardinals like him at 3, they're going to – like, who are they trying to smoke out? The only teams they'd be trying to smoke out are the top 4 teams, right? So, Raiders are taking Mendoza. Jets aren't taking Jeremiah Love. They could, but Jets aren't going to take Jeremiah Love because the Giants like Jeremiah Love. I don't know. I just never really understood the whole the smoke screen stuff. I mean, it only really applies for quarterbacks, but even then it's a little bit rich. I think there's absolutely interest in Jeremiah Love. Absolutely. William, what up, Beast? Who owns this year's draft picks in free agency, Harbaugh or Shane? It's a good question, man. If they work Harbaugh, if they're bad, Joe Shane, right? Is everybody with me? No, I don't know, man. This offseason seems more John Harbaugh-y than Joe Shaney, though.
I think, like, you've seen a different approach, which indicates, okay, something different is happening inside the building. And the logical connect the dots there is that John Harbaugh, who is now new to the building, is making changes from the way the Giants have done things the previous 4 off seasons under Joe Shane. And Donna Ponte probably plays a role in that as well with some of the she was rumored to be the one handling some of the contract things for the Giants, and we've seen them structured differently with the incentive, a heavy incentive base, a lot of 1-year deals. And we've seen the Giants sign a lot of guys at quote-unquote non-premium positions. So I think that's a clear change from how they operated in the past, and could tell you what you need to know about that.
I agree. Mr. Gorilla, like a zip-up rain jacket. I don't hate it. Kind of like that silk material almost. I don't know if silk is the word, but I know what you're talking about.
Seth confirmed a vest as well is what he's looking for. He pulled up to the office, Seth, with the Giants Now vest.
That'd be
tough.
That'd be heat. Marco Di Natale, what up, brother? What do you think about the Penn State guard in round 1? I don't think it's a reach. I don't. He might be the best O-lineman in the draft, and since when has taken the best O-lineman in the draft at number 5 been a reach? Like, my whole thing on, like, the reach thing is this, right? I think everyone agrees that Vega Iona, or however you say his last name, is a good player, right? Giants take him at 5, and he proves to be the starter for the next 12 years. Is anyone ever going to be like, but man, what if we could have, like, traded down to, like, 12 and got him at 12? It's like, no, holy shit, thank God we took him at 5. I remember back in the day, and I've been looking for like the last 5 years. And now I'm blanking on his name. Does the show on FS1, not Colin Cowherd.
Nick Wright?
Nick Wright, yeah. He did a segment talking about reach and pick value. He was like, whether you took Blake Bortles at number 5 or you took Blake Bortles at 27, at 5 it's going to be looked at as a reach. At 27 it's going to be looked at as good value. At the end of the day, he was out of the league in 5 years, so it wasn't a good pick. Like, we get too enamored with this whole, and I'm not saying you, Marco. I'm just saying in general, like, reach. You know when it's a reach? If he isn't going to, the only reason it would be a reach is if he isn't good. And if he isn't good, then it's still not a good pick if you take him at 12. So, I don't know. I don't think it would be a reach, no.
A lot of times you see guys who turn out good and who are picked later, and it's like, how did all these teams pass on him? Well, sometimes that player may not have been the player he was if he went to a team that was bad. If he went to a team that was bad, and that's part of the reason why he was bad. Like, it's a team sport, especially at the quarterback position.
Or there were teams ahead of him thinking, man, we can't take him. It's because it's going to be a reach.
Yeah.
Man, we can't take Tyler Linderbaum at 10. Cannot take Tyler Linderbaum at 15. Ravens take him in the 20s. Best center in the NFL.
Yeah. Overthink it.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Marco Di Natale. Anabolic Leo back again.
What up, Leo? Appreciate the love, man. Been killing it. How do you think players like Carter and Nabers will react to a sudden change in accountability and discipline with Harbaugh? They better. They better. Think you're showing up to meetings late, Abdul Carter, with John Harbaugh? You don't give a shit how good you are. Yeah, Malik Nabers, you think that you're going to be able to lollygag through practice with John Harbaugh? I have been told that John Harbaugh's training camps are like reminiscent of like 1990s NFL football.
I love it.
People are going to be held accountable this year. And you know what? If you're a good football player, you want to be held accountable. All I heard was Joe Shane, after he drafted Malik Nabers, man, we loved how Malik Nabers loved to practice. They couldn't keep him off the practice field at LSU. He'd want to practice through injuries. Oh, that sounds good. Go do it. Go do it. Like, there's been some, like, I want Malik Nabers to be all the way bought in. I want Nabers and Carter to be all the way bought in. So, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. Joseph, what up, man? Thank you for the great content. Watch videos every day. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love.
Got one more coming in from Rob, and then we'll be caught up.
Rob Jigga, what up, man? Marsh, who don't you want at 5? I don't know, man. I don't really think there is anybody I don't want.
I think it was we said it in one of the recent videos, hard for them to mess this up. Like,
yeah.
Hard for them to, like, there are a lot of good options, and I don't know. If it was the Giants of old, I'd say they'd find a way to mess it up. I have a little more confidence in the John Harbaugh Giants to not mess it up, but we'll see. We're not going to know whether or not they mess it up until a few years down the line when all these players are more established in their career and you find out who's good and who's not good. Hopefully the Giants take a good football player at 5.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, trying to think, like, if they took someone, well,
maybe one of those guys at a position where where we were just talking about, where they won't even get on the field.
Yeah, and like even then,
that's not really.
I really don't think anybody. Like, you tell me you take Sonny Styles, cool. Tell me you take Caleb Downs, sweet. Cardell Tate, let's rock with Tate and Nabers. You take Vega, cool. Take Maui Noah, sweet. Take Jeremiah Love, let's run it. I don't really see it. They're like, you got to be really bad to mess up the 5th pick, and especially the 7th pick. I don't know. All right. Let's go over the Giants' updated depth charts, and then we will do a quick mailbag. If you want to get your questions in for the mailbag, we're going to prioritize the most Giants applicable super chats that Andrew Connell will get on screen that will get the best answers for me. We're going to put that mailbag out on the channel probably this weekend. A windbreaker. That's what I would call
Yeah, all right.
those jackets. Rain jacket, windbreaker, same thing, same material. So hashtag Giants in the comments. Ask your question. Not Giants chat, just hashtag Giants. It's a good question, Mandalorian, but just hashtag Giants, just like Andrew put it. And Bronx Boy put it. Y'all are funny. The Browns have submitted a rule proposal to allow draft selections to be traded up to 5 seasons in the future. Why, so they can trade for another terrible
just when they
quarterback?
finally stop having to owe first-round picks, they want to get rid of them all again.
Tyler Mock, how did I become a Giants fan? Because my dad was and is a diehard Giants fan. I got the luckiness of being a Giants fan from my pops. All right, we ready? Let's do it. We're about halfway through week number 2 of NFL free agency, so I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at the Giants' depth charts after all of the signings that they have made up to this point. Prior to doing that, I want to hear from you in the comments section. Las Vegas has the win total for Big Blue this year at 7.5. Over, under, sound off for me. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate every single person for clicking on today's show. Never really done a video like this after free agency. We'll do it after the NFL draft or after the preseason. But I think it's always a good idea to know who's on your football team and what this depth chart is looking like. Let's speed through all the moves the Giants have made up to this point. They bring back Gunnar Olszewski and Chris Manhertz prior to free agency being kicked off. They make a splash signing on day one by signing Isaiah Likely, and they bring in the all-pro punter and one of the best in the game, Jordan Stout. Then on the defensive side of the ball, they make a big-time acquisition by signing Tremaine Edmonds to man the middle of their defense. They bring back the pass-blocking specialist at right tackle, Jermaine Illuminor, a familiar face at wide receiver in Isaiah Hodgins, and then a Harbaugh type of player, Darius Washington, a safety. Greg Newsome signing a 1-year deal up to $10 million to compete to be that boundary corner opposite of Paulson Adebo. Then you bring back Mike McFadden on a 1-year deal. You go out and you sign a former All-Pro kicker and Jason Sanders, and then you bring in everybody's favorite addition, Patrick Ricard, to give you a big boost in the run game. You bring back Zaire Barnes, who was on your practice squad last year. Evan Neal comes back to the Giants on a 1-year deal for the vet minimum with $0 guaranteed. Calvin Austin signs a deal worth up to $4.5 million with less than $500,000 guaranteed. Jason Pennock comes back to the Giants as a depth piece on a 1-year deal. You sign a special team specialist in Elijah Campbell. You bring back Darnell, or you sign Darnell Mooney, reportedly only $3.5 million is guaranteed. And then Joshua Azudu is back with Big Blue. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Jaxson Dart, quarterback 1. Jameis Winston, quarterback 2. There is going to be another move made at the quarterback position. Whether that is you go out and you sign a free agent, maybe you draft one in the 6th round as you have 3 picks in round 6, but you're going to be carrying more quarterbacks than just these 2 guys. And I'm very interested to see, do they go a veteran route? Do they try to draft somebody? We've talked about some of the top quarterbacks available. Keep your eyes on someone like Hendon Hooker, or potentially, I'm blanking on his name. He was a quarterback for the Cowboys and the quarterback for the Ravens. Backup the last, Cooper Rush. Shout out to AC right there. Cooper Rush, he was the backup for the Ravens last year. We'll see if they maybe try to spin the block on that. And the running back room, you have Camp Scadaboo, Tyrone Tracy. You did bring back Devin Singletary as you reworked his contract. You still have Eric Gray, and you still have Dante Turbo Miller as well. Then you have Patrick Ricard at the fullback position. Ricard said that he probably spends more time in the tight end room than the running back room, but I feel like it's better to show him on this depth chart. We know that there were rumors and real smoke to the Giants and their interest in the running back market in free agency. Kenneth Walker was someone that they made an offer to, and we've heard a lot of noise about Jeremiah Love potentially being the pick at number 5. Will not be shocked if the Giants make another addition to the running back depth chart. At the receiver room, we're getting Nabers back, hopefully sooner rather than later, coming back from that torn ACL as well as a torn meniscus. You signed Darnell Mooney to a deal that might be one of my favorite, if not the favorites, of all of the free agency additions the New York Giants made. You still have Darius Slayton. Is he being phased out of the offense, though, with Darnell Mooney being added, who does exactly what Slayton does, and Calvin Austin, who has 6 touchdowns of over 20-plus yards over the last 3 seasons. You bring in Austin, you bring back Isaiah Hodgins, still have Gunner, who you brought back, and you have guys like Dalen Cambry, Jalen Hyatt, Bo Collins, Daquan Felton, Ryan Miller, Xavier Gibson, and Jackson as well. So the Giants kind of retooling that wide receiver room, and I think there's a chance that they could take one at 5, 37, or at some point in the NFL draft as well. Tight end room, probably the biggest splash move that you made. Isaiah Likely securing a bag, leaving Baltimore to come and join the New York Giants. I'm looking for 60, 65 grabs for 750 yards this year from Likely, and can we get into the box maybe 7 or 8 times this year? I'm expecting to see a lot of 2 tight end sets this year with Likely and Theo Johnson on the field at the same time. You might even see some sets with 3 tight ends on the field. Is Chris Manhertz a blocking tight end, or Thomas Fidone? There's a lot of fans inside the building of Fidone. I thought he looked good in the preseason, made some nice catches away from his frame and outside of his body, a strong hands catcher. He was once rated a higher prospect in high school than Brock Bowers. I like the Giants tight end room at this point. Maybe the question mark, maybe the biggest question mark I still have for this team is who's going to start at right guard. And look, I even thought about like putting out a tweet of who starts at right guard if the Giants had to play a game tomorrow. I settled with, I guess, Aaron Stinney there, but I went back and forth. Is it Aaron Stinney? Is it Marcus Bowe? Are they going to move Bowe from tackle to guard this year? If you do that, then you don't have a swing tackle. So it's like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, in a sense. Is Joshua Zudu someone that they are big fans of? Do they trust Hudson as the backup center for John Michael Schmitz? You lose out on Austin Schlottman as he goes over to the Tennessee Titans. So still some work to be done on the offensive line. Finding a way to bring Jermaine Illuminor back was a heck of a move, and I thought he was one of the biggest bang for your bucks across all of the league when it comes to free agency. A cheap deal for him relative to his production. But man, Andrew Thomas, Jermaine Illuminor is my bookend tackles. Big fan of that. I would like another addition. Shoot, if it's Greg Van Roten at this point, I'd be pretty pumped up about that at the right guard spot. And I don't even hate the idea of going out and drafting someone in maybe even number 5 overall in Vega Iona, the Penn State guard, or early in day 2 or potentially early in day 3. I thought this tweet was relevant. Jordan on tweeting out the Joshua Azudu signing had been in the works for days. It had nothing to do with the Wyatt Teller signing, as the Giants were in on Teller reportedly, and then he ended up signing with the Texans, writes Renan, quote, "It became clear after the pursuit of Elijah Vera Tucker that the Giants made a calculated decision that they were not going to spend significantly at the guard position." And now there's just only 3 guys, really, that I think that you can view as day 1 starters on the offensive line for the Giants. Joel Bitonio, he was ranked as the 23rd best guard in the NFL by Pro Football Focus last year. A veteran that continues to still be an extremely productive player, was a part of the Browns last year, so could have a good relationship with the Giants' new offensive line coach, Mike Bloomgren, who coached the Browns last year. Kevin Zeitler, once a Giant. Could he be a Giant again? He keeps trucking along. He was ranked as the 13th best guard in the NFL last year. As good as it gets in pass pro, a good player, and he continues to age like fine wine. Then you got Greg Van Roten, who at this point I think is probably the most likely to be brought back, and I'm pounding the table for the Giants to bring Van Roten back. I would have liked an upgrade from him, but man, if that's the worst that you can do, it's a pretty good signing to have GVR back on this offensive line. So that's the offense. That's what the depth chart looks like at this point. We'll move on to the defense coming up momentarily, but make sure you are hooked up with our merch here at Chat Sports. We've been launching a bunch, and it's because you guys have been asking for it, and you've been showing so much love. So the merch team here at Chat Sports continues to give the real ones what they're looking for. Get your shirts, chatsports.com/Giants now. It's chatsports.com/Giants now. I want to say thank you to every single person that has bought their merch and continues to support this show, because we wouldn't be able to do it without you. To the defensive tackle room. Outside of right guard, defensive tackle remains the biggest question mark for me at this point. I just don't want to live in a world where Roy Robertson Harris is the starter next to Dexter Lawrence. Ideally, Darius Alexander in year 2 becomes the player that a lot of people thought he was going to be, as the Giants picked him number 65 overall last year. That would be best case scenario. I still think that even if Alexander is that guy, you need another person, because Elijah Chapman was bouncing back and forth between the practice squad and the active roster last year. Roy Robertson Harris isn't someone that's going to give you much in run support, and you could just use some more bodies and some more NFL caliber talent in this room. Maybe it's Calais Campbell in free agency. I don't know, but I think another move could be coming, or an early pick in the NFL draft at this position. You go to the pass rushers. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau. You have Chauncey Golston as well, who you paid a pretty decent amount of money in free agency of 2025. You have DeMarvin Leal as well. Trace Ford, who I thought played really, really good in the preseason last year. So I don't think necessarily the Giants are going to make any more big investments here, and this might be the most talent-filled position that you have at this point. We talked about Tremaine Edmonds being a big-time move by the Giants this offseason. I don't think they are going to shy away from picking Sonny Styles if he is on the board. I think actually if Styles is on the board when the Giants are on the clock, he is going to be the pick at number 5. I liked the bring back of Micah McFadden. If it's not Sonny Styles, or it's not a linebacker at 37, I think you need another veteran linebacker on this team. I don't love having Darius Musow or Swayze Bosman or Zaire Barnes as my linebacker 3. So I still think this room could need an infusion of some talent. I think they'll figure it out, though. Cornerback 2, right guard and defensive tackle are the biggest question marks for me. In a perfect world, Greg Newsome is just that guy. And Newsome gets back to playing at the level that he played at in the early part of his career with the Cleveland Browns. I don't know if that player is still there. I hope so. That'd be awesome. But again, even if Newsome is going to return to form of being a really good football player, like, you don't want to be in a world, I don't think, where you're one injury away from Deonte Banks having to be a down-in and down-out player. Maybe this Giants coaching staff can work wonders on Banks. I'm not holding my breath for that. But Nick Jones, Rico Payton, Bernard Converse, Corey Black, Art Green, I think you could use some more talent in that room. At the safety spot, the Giants were active as well, bringing in Darius Washington. They brought back Jason Pinnock. I like having Pinnock, who was your starting safety at one point, and you bring him back as now your safety number 4. So I like that move for the Giants. Darius Washington, a player in 2024, was a huge contributor for the Baltimore Ravens when they had the league's best defense. But he suffered a major injury, and he wasn't himself in 2025, and he's here on a very cheap deal. Elijah Campbell is a special team specialist. You don't really want him playing safety too often. Is Tyler Nubin going to play better and turn a new leaf under Denard Wilson? We'll see about that. And then Javon Holland. Can he get back to the player that he was in 2023 with the Miami Dolphins? Wasn't that good in 2024 in Miami? That's why they let him left. He wasn't very good in 2025 for the Giants. But in the early part of his career, he was a star. He was a dog. Giants need him to get back to being that player. Giants made some additions in the special teams department as well. Jordan Stout, your punter. Right now, we got Graham Gano on there. Let's just do this. At the punter spot, you got Jordan Stout. Then you made some moves in the kicker department as well by bringing in Jason Sanders. You have Ben Sauls as well. Gunnar Olszewski, you'll see Sauls and Sanders, I think, battle it out. Graham Gano is technically still on this roster, but I don't expect for Gano to be on the team for much longer. Gunnar Olszewski is your punt returner. Calvin Austin can return punts as well. He actually returned one to the crib against the New York Giants on Monday night a couple of years ago. Deontay Banks was your kick returner at the end of the year last year. Devin Singletary was back there a good bit, and you still don't have a long snapper. Casey Kreider had been there the last couple of years, so maybe the New York Giants, not maybe, they will. They'll need to go out and find someone else at the long snapper position. So we just went over every single player on every single depth chart for every single position. My question to you is this. Is this roster better than last year's? Not the coaching staff, not anything else. Is the roster better this year than last year? Why for yes and for no? I lean towards yes, but there still needs to be work done in the trenches. You need to go out and get a right guard. Maybe that is just bringing back Greg Van Roten. You need an upgrade at the defensive tackle spot. I would like to see another professional cornerback added to this team, but I do think that this team is better than last year's team right now. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon and make sure you are following me on social media. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. We'll just fix that in post. That's on me. I kind of like a little reset so you can just chop it there. No, I just kind of space cadeted the kickers. Yes. Seems like everybody thinks so. As former Bills DN, AJ Epinesa is signing a one-year deal to the Browns. I did see that, Pokemore. We just talked about that. We did. That's interesting. It's good stuff. All right, let's jump into this mailbag real quick.
Cool.
Pokemore, you're a legend, bro. How you been, man? How you been, Brody? Baby Jewel Santana. What's up, dog? What's on my mind? 81 says yes. JP Duke fan says, loving my Harbaugh shirt. Hell yeah. Shout out to you.
Do you want to start with like any sort of weigh-in, or you want to?
It's fine.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, we'll do a mailbag, answering your questions here for the next 10 to 12 minutes, and then we're going to bounce on out of here. Already been live for 2 hours. Major salute to all of you. All right, you ready? Prize picks on this?
Yeah, like 4 to 5. Cool.
Yeah, that works.
Gotcha.
All righty. Marshy Marsh, what's Gucci? What up, Nacho Libre? What's up, homie? Pokemore, hey, keep being an awesome dad, bro. Appreciate you, man. Draft night's going to be sweet. Rob Jigga says, can I be the producer of the show just once or twice?
Coming from my job?
You think he could do it?
I mean, are you smarter than me? I struggled it for a while. Still struggling to this day. So if you, I don't know, maybe you could be. You give it a try out, snatch my chain if you want. Go ahead and take it. I mean, if that means I get a promotion, not the end of the world, but I would. I don't know. I like where I'm at. So they should. You think it'd be some sort of competition? Come in here, be a producer, guest producer of the show, guest hop on the show. We got that extra mic now as well. So
could be. Maybe one day. Rob, you the man, Brody. Brian says, but Marshall. Keep going. Keep going, baby Jules. Keep going, Brody. Gun to your head. You have to have a winning season this year or the trigger pulled. Who's the pick at 5 that most likely keeps you alive? Gun to your head. You have to have a winning season this year or the trigger's pulled. Who's the pick at 5 that most likely keeps you alive? For one season?
Is it Love? 'Cause sometimes you see those running backs come in and just tear it up. Like, it's, I guess, what position is almost has like the shortest learning curve for a rookie. Could be running back.
Yeah. That could be it.
Could be Downs, Styles, either one of those guys potentially.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a lineman just because it's a tough position to learn. I guess, I don't know.
Probably one of the Ohio State guys. That could be a Carnell Tate as well.
Rob, I got you, brother. You're all good. Maybe. I don't know. They're talk to the bosses maybe.
All right, let's do it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and we've got a mailbag coming up on today's show. We went live on the channel on Wednesday afternoon, and if you missed it, what are you doing? Turn those notifications on and subscribe to the channel so when we go live, you could be there for the party. My guy, Little Bulldozer, coming in with a good one. $5 super chat as well. Major salute to you for supporting the channel. Says, what would you think about a potential trade for Devon Achane? Maybe Kayvon Thibodeau and a pick swap. And what's your darkest horse for number 5? This is good stuff from my guy, Little Bulldozer. Let's break it down in chunks. What would you think about a potential trade for Devon Achane? Look, if it with the Dolphins picking at 11, Giants picking at 5, does 5 and Kayvon Thibodeau for 11 and Devon Achane, does that get it done? Like, that's a no-brainer for me. We know the New York Giants have reportedly been interested in adding a running back. It's been reported that they offered a deal to Kenneth Walker in free agency. They had Jeremiah Love in on a top 30 visit. They had Jeremiah Love in a combine visit. They only get 45 of those. So they met with him at the combine, an official visit. They met with him as a top 30 visit. And we know, following the breadcrumbs, that the Giants wanted to improve the running back position. So I wouldn't be shocked if we wake up to a notification one day that Giants traded for Devon Achane. Look, if you can get Achane for 5 and Kayvon and get 11 as well, move down 6 spots, I would absolutely do it. Does Miami want to trade him? There's been some people that say yes. There's been some people that say no. Do they fully want to tear it down after trading Waddle and cutting Tyreek Hill and moving on from Bradley Chubb and all that? Maybe. The Dolphins called me, though, Little Bulldozer, and they offered that trade. I would absolutely do it. And when it comes to my darkest horse for the number 5 overall pick, I'm going to go either Mansour Delane or the interior offensive lineman out of Penn State, Vega Iona. Those are going to be the 2 darkest horses that, to be honest, I'd be cool with either of them being the pick. Because I don't think Carnell Tate, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, Arvell Reese, Francis Maui Noah, and Jeremiah Love, like, those aren't dark horses to me. Vega and Delane and maybe Jamal McCoy could be a dark horse. What about like a Ruben Bain? Could Ruben Bain be a dark horse? Potentially. Maybe they try to slide him in a little bit, and maybe he's your Kayvon Thibodeau replacement. I don't think that would be that crazy either. Good stuff. Mandalorian, what up, Brody? Thoughts on the Giants trading back and taking the best corner? I think at this point, a trade down in either round 1 or round 2 is going to happen. I think it's pretty likely at this point. The Ravens were a team under John Harbaugh that consistently made some of the most picks in every single NFL draft. John Harbaugh never traded a first-round pick for a player either. At least the Ravens did not when Harbaugh was there. And the Ravens, when Harbaugh was there, made draft trades every year outside of 1. The Giants want to stack picks. I think they could trade down from 5. I think they could trade down from 37. I ain't going to be shocked if they trade down from 5 and 37. And if you do trade down for 5, I don't want to trade too far down. I want to still stay inside the top 11. And I would love to take a Mansour Delane, a Jermod McCoy, a Vega Iona, like one of those guys. A Cardell Tate you trade down. But no, if you leave the draft with the best corner, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. What up, Brody? $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my man. Anabolic Leo, right? Anabolic Leo, what's up? Once I say the name wrong once, I can't unsay it. What's up, Brody? What's your guess what the Giants will do to address the defensive tackle position? Also, I think likely could have a 1,000-yard year. What do you think? I think 37 is the spot where defensive tackle becomes a conversation. If you trade down, obviously that round 2 pick could be that. Then if you trade down and say you pick up a 3rd-round pick, that could be it. Like day 2, early day 3. Day 2, early day 3. There's some good defensive tackles that are going to be there at 37. And if the Giants walk out of the draft with an immediate upgrade at the defensive tackle position, that's going to be sweet. They have to. They didn't upgrade it in free agency. They haven't upgraded the trenches at all in free agency. They brought back a player, but maybe the draft is where they look to build up the trenches. We'll get to more questions coming up in a second. But first, I want to give a huge shout-out to today's sponsor. That is Prize Picks. The playoff push is heating up, and tournament hoops are here. And there's no better way to cash in if you're right on the high-flying hoop action than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Every bucket, every dime, and every win means more when you're playing on Prize Picks. And with their brand new Team Picks market, you can now pick game winners, spreads, and totals on top of the player picks you already know. So cash in if you're right during all the clutch buckets, slam dunks, and Cinderellas this spring with Team Picks on Prize Picks. Pick the winner straight up on Prize Picks. Who is going to win the next big basketball game? Who is going to win the fight? Back your takes with real money. I love making team picks on Prize Picks. And they don't just have individual games. If you click into Team Picks, you can even pick who will win the league, MVP, or other awards. It's just another way to pick the sports you love, all on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on. And get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. My guy Seth Gross, $50 super chat. You the man, Brody. Marsh, if you're ranking the need priorities for the New York Giants, how would you rank running back, O-line, D-line, linebacker, corner, safety, and receiver? I know you included that. Should our draft follow those priorities or go best available athlete? I really would like to see them go best available football player. And I say that on the heels of saying you need a defensive tackle and you need a right guard as well. I always lean BPA. Maybe there's a way that you can marry the two and leave out of the draft with good football players, that position of need, but that's a sketchy track to walk on. If you just draft the best football player on the board every single time you're on the clock, your team's going to be pretty good in a quick amount of time. But biggest needs, I would say offensive line because you don't have a long-term plan at left guard, center, or right guard. I would then say interior defensive line. I then would say corner, then safety, corner, safety, receiver, O-line, D-line, corner, safety, wide receiver, linebacker, running back. I think that's what I had earlier, and I think that's what I still got. I don't know. That's where I'm at. Hopefully you upgrade all those spots, but that's where I would be leaning right now. And I lean best player available. But shoot, man, this team does have needs, and when you go into the draft having needs, it's never a good thing. And right now the Giants don't have starters at right tackle, a right guard, or defensive tackle, so that might sway their picks. But ideally, I do lean more best available football player at our spots. Austin Willis, what's up, Brody? My bold prediction is Neal progress. What's yours? That'd be awesome. If Evan Neal's a good football player, Giants are going to be good. I'll go with Abdul Carter leading the team in sacks, and then I'm going to say Denard Wilson gets a head coach job this time next year. Those will be Those will be my 2 bold predictions. Dr. Pancake, what's up, Brody? My man, what prospect might entice another team to trade up to 5? Sonny Styles, Carnell Tate. That's it. Sonny Styles and Carnell Tate, I think, could be the only 2 players that teams would want to trade up to 5 for. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Maybe Downs. Maybe. A Buckeye. Yeah, maybe Jeremiah Love. So I go those 4. Reeve, what up? Marsh, how would you feel about drafting Ruben Bain Jr. at 5 and playing him in the 3? Yeah, we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier. I don't hate it, man. I mean, like, we're the Giants. 2007, 2011. Can never have enough. Look, I don't watch the most college football. I kind of catch up on my prospects by watching film once the NFL season is over and we get closer to the combine and after the combine. But I did watch a lot of Texas A&M football this year, so I got to see them play Miami. And then I watched a couple of other Miami games. And every time I saw Miami play football, Ruben Bain was the best player on the field. And if you have plans of trading Kayvon Thibodeau, replacing him with 5 years of cost-controlled Ruben Bain, I don't hate it. If tell me the Giants get another demon on the defensive line, I ain't going to be mad at that. And Bain plays at 275. He could slide in a little bit. I know he's got T-Rex arms, but he's a good football player, man. And pound for pound and inch for inch on the arms, he might be the best pass rusher in this class. Corey Hurd. Who do you think will get the first rushing and receiving touchdown? Who will get the first sack, forced fumble, interception? We answered these earlier. Andrew Connell wrote them down. Connell, tap into the stream and let me know what I said. I think I remember off the top of my head, but I want to know exactly what I said.
First rushing touchdown, Jaxson Dart.
Yes.
First receiving touchdown, Theo Johnson.
Yep.
First sack, Dexter Lawrence.
Yep.
First forced fumble, Abdul Carter. And first interception, Drew Phillips.
Got it. Like it. Stand by all of them. Give me your guesses in the comments section down below. Give me y'all's answer to my guy Corey Hurd's question in the comment section as well. All right. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you made it this far in the video, hit that thumbs up icon. If you're hyped up about what the Giants have done this offseason, hit that thumbs up icon. Let's go. Make sure you are following me on social media. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @MarshallGreen_.
Let's go. Shout out to everyone that super chatted, commented in today. Appreciate all you guys locking in and hanging out with us on our live stream.
Everyone's just going to be so focused on Isaiah Likely. Theo Johnson.
Yeah. I mean, he had a nose for the end zone this year. Jaxson Dart liked to target him in the red zone.
We're getting to that double time. First drive of the season, we're getting down into the red zone from about the 7-yard line, bringing a couple of tight ends. Everyone's going to be looking at Likely, and it's going to be a little play action right here. Likely to the front cone. Then you're going to get Theo Johnson to the back cone.
Will he catch it?
Yes, because he's not dropping balls this year.
Yeah, that's it. Positive. I think when you were answering the question, I was thinking Jaxson Dart for the rushing touchdowns and outside the box pick. Everyone's going to say Scattaboo probably.
Yeah, I was trying to go a little outside the box on all of them.
Yeah. Receiving, I kind of wanted to go Mooney just because I think that's like the flavor of the week. He's the new signing there. I'd love for it to be Malik Nabers. I'd love for him to be healthy and ready to go. Sack. I think I was going to go Abdul for that and force fumble either Edmonds or McFadden. I got a punch.
What about an Ardarius Washington punch out?
That would be chills. And then INT, I was going to say a guy not on the team. Either Mansour Delane or Caleb Downs.
Styles.
That's
good stuff.
I'd answer. If it was Styles, he'd have the first sack, the first forced fumble, and the first interception, obviously.
Before we get out of here, I got to give a huge shout out to the man, the myth, the legend.
We got a 3-point goal. Alvin, you bang!
Alvin, we were doing a little partying earlier. I got one for my guy, Alvin, Let's go. How's it going, bro? Alvin, this time next month, we're watching Knicks playoff hoops, Brody.
Woo!
Playoff hoops this time next month. You ready for that?
Oof.
You ready for that? Give me some AUs in the chat.
Shout out to Alvin Yu, the GOAT. Guy just pops in, drops a 50. Love it. Any party and getting the party going right as we're about to finish our work day. Shout out to you. Everyone knows Wednesday. Wednesday is the day.
Every day is the day.
Yeah.
Every day is the day. Woo! It's good, man. It's good stuff. That's good stuff. Marsh, if it goes Mendoza 1, Styles 2, Downs 3, Love 4, who do you take at 5? Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese.
Where do you play him?
Yes.
Got it.
Play him next to Edmonds.
Yeah.
Play him off the edge.
Think they just line up 5 guys on the line every single time?
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Block us. Better keep more into block. Some people view Reese as an off-ball backer.
Yeah. Wasn't that he played a little bit of both, right? He views himself as an edge, but he played linebacker. It's a secret, Rob. I kind of just I'm like a ventriloquist, and I say it out of the corner of my mouth every single time. Now, our guy Arnold, I don't know how it works. He hooked it up. Arnold, what is he? He's the chief of fun stuff or cool stuff here at Chat Sports. He hooked it up. It was his idea, his baby. So, all I do is press a button. I couldn't tell you anything more other than about how it works. So, I wish I had more for you, but we can get Alvin Yu again.
Alvin Yu.
RJ Steffi, man. Long time no see, bro. Long time no see. Glad you made your way back to the channel, bro. Glad you made it. Yeah, no, all gloomy and doomy today. All positivity from Marsh today. All positivity as Joseph Carcione.
Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. Give me some JCs in the chat. Oh, Joey Carcione. That was a curveball, and I love it.
We got a 3-point goal. Joey Carcione. Bang, bang.
A double bang.
Let's go.
From Joey. Give me some JCs in the chat. I got to do another beer shotgun.
Let's go.
Let's go. Joey out of nowhere. This guy's unbelievable.
Hopefully Seeps drove today.
Seeps is my driver.
All right, good.
Seeps is my driver. RJ, am I going to go to a game this year? Probably not. We do live watch parties here on the channel, and a lot of people rely on us to keep them covered for the games, and it's one of the biggest days of the year for us. It's hard for us to miss it.
Yeah.
Look, I'd love to. Maybe one day we find a way to get there. But not in the plans right now. Not in the plans right now. Joey, you're an absolute legend, brother. If you have a comment, a question, you want to say something, put it in the chat, bro. I'd love to chop it up with you, man. Shout out to Joey. Show him some love. Spam those JCs.
Let's go. Shout out to Joey, man. An absolute legend showing up, just dropping the double bang right before we're about to head out of here. That is legendary stuff. Everyone, like I said, that watched today, liked the stream, commented, was in the chat, super chatted, got in the mailbag. It all helps us, helps this engine go. So we appreciate it. Rob says he wants to hear his name in the get a sound. What is it? It's $100 super
Yeah,
chat.
Arnold kind of sets the rules that if you send in a $100 super chat, he'll go ahead and make one. So we got to make one
For Joey.
for my guy Joey, and I got to go and catch up on all the people that have sent $100 super chats as of late. Rob, we'll see what we can make some shake, man. Rob Jigga, you're a legend. You've been watching this channel for a long, long, long time. Excuse me. Connell hold down the ship. That's not fair. Then Connell doesn't get to go to the game.
Yeah, we'll just make Smitty do it.
Yeah, it makes me do it. Maybe we do like a tailgate where we do the watch party during the game,
Like in the parking lot?
parking lot.
That'd be
cool.
sick. Get Sam Brown a little free trip out of it too.
Rob Jigga says Alvin only did 50. Alvin has had that made for a long time. Alvin Yu is he has earned that sound. He has earned that sound. Joey in the chat says, "Let's go, Marsh. Watch every day, brother. Love the show and want to show up. You the man, brother. Seriously, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy the show. It still just blows my mind the support that we get on this channel, and
52 subs away from 104K.
Never take it for granted, man. Never take it for granted. We are lucky that we get to come, and we just got to bullshit about the Giants for 2.5 hours on a work day. So it was pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. All right, we're going to bounce on out of here. Major shout out to everybody that tuned in today. You guys are the best, man. Seriously, we wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for all of y'all. 2.5 hour show today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. To everybody that liked, commented, and super chat, y'all are the real ones. We'll have videos, multiple videos on the channel every day this week, and we're going to be going live once a week throughout the rest of the offseason. We'll be live day 1, day 2, and day 3 of the NFL draft for every single pick. So even though it seems like free agency slowing down, our coverage only is going to start to heat up. I think next week I want to do a live mock draft on the channel where we like screen mirror the Pro Football Focus mock draft, and
Gotcha.
we're like talking through it, and Connell's
voting.
yeah, we've done fan led ones before. Last year we did a company wide one. It was really cool. We did the first 3 rounds. We'll be doing that again. But no, great stuff still to come from this channel. Major salute to y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. Let's go Giants.